The following unpaid stream may contain language and views not suitable for the general public. Viewer discretion is advised.
Arturo Dark Knight, he's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey, welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamer stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, welcoming you to another Wednesday night stream. Check syllabus check. Finn, can you hear me? Tiz, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, you can. Good job.
It works. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I have to do that from now on.
I have a feeling I know what's different this time.
What's that?
It's the rage coming through. Even YouTube's scared. Doesn't mess up your
What's
stream.
wrong with him?
Rage? Why would there be rage?
I know, right? Why would Ranger be upset? Well, we're going to get into that. Welcome, everybody, to the Wednesday night show. I'm Ranger J 1999. The two voices you heard behind me, of course, is the lovely Tits McVenom.
Hi, guys.
And, of course, the Mongoloid Person of the Year, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
Hey, guys.
He proved my point.
Eerily similar.
Kind of was, actually.
Scary.
Yeah, it is kind of scary, Finn. Don't ever do that again, in fact, don't ever do that again.
Aw.
And Loki will be on in a little bit. He's in Baltimore somewhere trying to get connected. He's getting his hotel set up, so he should be on in a little bit as well. We'll get through the mechanisms, and then it is time to destroy some... I'll save the cussing for then. So, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We live stream a lot, so if you'd like to know when we're live streaming, please hit the subscribe button. Also, if you haven't checked out our Patreon, we do have a Patreon page. If you'd like to support the content that we're putting out there, please do. We also have our GoFundMe. Finn, you want to tell the folks about our GoFundMe?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do, like we did last year, with your guys' help, became a great thing that we were able to help out the community as much as we did. In June this past year, we did the AFSP fundraiser, and we managed to raise over $10,000 with your guys' help. So that was great. And so we're thinking of bigger things for this coming year. And so we are planning to run a half marathon at Disney in the Run Disney Star Wars Rival Weekend in April of 2019. But part of what we need to do first is make sure that we have the funds in order to actually get to Orlando. And so we have a GoFundMe page set up. Actually, for some reason, the link isn't in there, so I'm going to add it right now. But we have a GoFundMe page in order to help us get to Disney, and I'll be updating the description here in a second to include it. But if you guys can go there, it's gofundme.com/rsg-charity-run. And we're trying to raise $3,000 in order to make sure that all of us can go there. Actually, it's going to be a little bit lower here in a second, but yeah, anything you guys can donate in order to help us get there would be greatly appreciated. We're also on the 20th of October going to be doing a longer stream Like we did kind of with the charity one on Saturday, October 20th. We're going to do a long stream in order to help us raise money, and we'll be giving away some games and some other stuff as well. So hopefully you guys can join us for that. More details to come on that, though.
There you go. Well said. All right, we need to get through the rest of this mechanism stuff, Finn, because, yeah, I'm going to be very angry tonight. So what is our Twitter question of the day?
Well, let's start out with the shout-out word.
Okay, yeah, let's start with the shout-out word. Okay, there we go.
Yes. So the shout-out word of the day is...
I just read it. Oh, my God.
The shout-out word of the day is greed. 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 If you don't know why, you'll soon know why. So type greed in the chat. We will do the shout outs here once we get through a few more of the mechanisms, and we will do shout outs for all of you guys that say greed in the chat.
That's right.
I hope you didn't kill
just got
anyone
$2 from
I
Paul
know
Morgan. It said
it.
for medicine for Rangers sore throat after ranting. There you go.
No, by the time that it comes back to you through YouTube, that's going to be a good old 50 cents.
That's a lot of greed I'm seeing in the channel there, Finn.
I wonder why.
A lot of greed. A lot of greed.
And we're not talking about Greedo.
No, we're talking about greed without the O. Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my.
All right. So if you want your name shouted out, please go ahead and do that. Now, Finn, we have a Twitter question of the day, and this is a good one. So we really want to make sure you guys know about it and get to it. So what is it?
Yeah.
Finn?
So I suspected that there was going to be some Revan news coming today, but not what was actually released. That was a little bit craziness. So part of it was that they had mentioned that it was a hero, and it seemed like it was going to be a light side Revan. And so the question is, if Revan comes into the game as light side only, what are you hoping Ranger will do in anger? So go on to our Twitter page. The question is pinned to the top of our Twitter, so you guys can go there and go ahead and give your submissions, and the best responses will be read at the end of the stream.
There you go. Very nice. All right. Anything else we need to do, Finn, or
Video of the week.
So
no video of the week.
We don't have a video of the week this week, primarily because of the content we are about to.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that to anybody.
On the video, and so we didn't want to distract from the video of the week with what we were saying and have anything kind of associated with that. There is anger. I will say that. There is some anger brewing right now. And so, yeah, so we didn't want to do a video of the week this week. We'll return with it probably next week, unless something else happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right, girlfriend. All right, so let's get those shout-outs in, Finn, because I'd like to move on. But we do want to thank you guys. So, we love you guys to death. So we want to make sure we do this right. So who should I do it as tonight?
Let's see. Mr.
Hanky?
So Grim said earlier that he started to think of CG similar to EA, and he hears the Imperial March every time they're done. So why don't we do something dark side? Do a dark side voice.
Who could I do? I could do the Emperor.
Palpatine. Yes.
All right, my minions. These are the shoutouts. It was I who allowed the shoutouts to be shouted out tonight. The following people are part of the dark side. Chopper BZ, Conrad Mitchell Glover, Contingent 33, Corinth, Darth Teflon, Pete Lamb, Revenator, Rose Taco / Van Rhodes, Spaceman Tim Tenebrous, the Space Monkey, the Tor, Walter Arnold. Do what must be done. Show no mercy. Those are all of the VIP shoutouts.
All right, the other ones are just about to be posted. Give me 1 second here. Copying and paste. There we go.
All right. It's Kylo Ren. I'm gonna read the rest of the shout-outs.
Yes, please.
You got tits, Finn. You guys like Kylo Ren, right?
Yeah, I like Grande as Kylo Ren better. So this is perfect.
Pretty cool. He's pretty cool. So Aaron Smith, Abel Abad, Arturus Dark Knight, Atomic Fish, Bimatsu, good dark side guy. Brazos, SWGOH, Caligula, Pin Pana, Pada, Colopolis. What? It's not very dark side-ish. Chocodega, Clone Troop 211, Contingent T-33, Decepticons, Dakar, Dark Side Ranger J 1999, Darth Bob. Darth Bob's pretty cool. He likes the dark side. Devil's Treasure, Dark Brito, Durgan, Eternal Twins, Vitality V2, Force Master 77, From Planet Newt, Green Admiral of the Republic, Grim, Hagar, Helenix, Jason Hame, Jason Hommel, John Moran, JV420, Kashmir, Lord Megatron, Matt N, Nathaniel Miller. How many dark side guys do we have in this list? It's a lot of dark side, Finn. Ouchie Dumpling, Paul Morgan, R. Leonidas, Remy Vinette, Revenator, Robert Harding, Rose Taco. Wait, didn't we just do a Rose Taco? I'm sure I heard the Emperor say that. RSG Vormax, Stanley Red, Gingivitis, don't get it. Scooby, Scrumpy Jim, Silverbolt, Slam MC, Slash Friend Rhodes, Takedown Games, Talon Lee, Tech Jericho, The Tor, Who's a Tron, Vito Anto, Walter Arnold, Wargle 128, White L 73, Zeberus. That's all of them, Dr. Finn. I don't want to do any more.
Okay. So we won't do any more. Kylo Ren is tired out.
I'm tired. I've used too much of the dark side.
All right. So thank you all for joining us and doing the shout out word of the day. I think we can start jumping into things now. So let's jump into exactly what everyone wanted. So let's bring everyone kind of up to speed.
I'd like to share my story, Finn.
Well, let's get there first, so we have everyone kind of informed. So there was a post started on, let me get the date here. It was October 5th. And so part of what Crumb has been doing lately is kind of putting out things that are for fun, right? And so he put out a message. And so there was this image, and everyone was trying to decode it and trying to figure out what exactly it was. And so we have this kind of cryptic message, and people are trying to figure out what exactly it is. And so then we get to the next post after you look at those images, which is the post that came out earlier today. And it is an ancient journey of redemption. And who do you see in the image?
Kylo Ren.
Well, close, actually, considering how wrong it is. It's Revan. And do you want us to talk more about the post, Ranger, or are you ready?
Nope. Because I'm going to cover this shit.
Okay, there we go.
All right, here we go.
Everyone get ready.
Okay. Let's just start off by saying that it is official now that CG is the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet. So, let's just get into it. So, they want to put out a Revan. I guess they didn't read the Wikipedia page, so I figured, Finn, that I would do it for them because they have previously had their head up their ass. So, to help them unstick their head out their ass, let's begin. So, they put in the beginning of the thing, Savior, Conqueror, Hero, Villain. They left out the rest of the shit from the quote, which is kind of important. You are all things, Revan, and yet you are nothing. In the end, you belong to neither the light nor the darkness. You will forever stand alone. That's Darth Malik. Quote. I didn't say it. That's just part of the non-canon canon that is about Revan. What makes Revan so unique is because he's the first protagonist, antagonist, hero, villain, whatever you want to call Revan, he is absolutely one of the most unique characters in the game. It was funny. Yesterday I was doing the Nerfers stream, and T Money had a
Metaverse.
I'm sorry, Operation Metaverse. Sorry, and T Money had a picture of Revan with the blue lights. I'm like, what is that? I said, well, I couldn't find an image of a Jedi Revan. You want to know why there's not an image of a Jedi Revan, you fucking mongoloids? It's because Revan is a Jedi as part of the bigger story of who the fuck Revan is. Strike one against these turds is that they just don't understand the character. But then again, I thought they do understand the character. What CG is trying to do is a money grab. Blatant. I don't give a fuck what they say. I don't give a fuck how they try to present it. This is a straight up money grab. Why is it a money grab? Because what they're doing is they're taking different parts in the history of Revan and then try to milk us to force us to farm it so they can make more money. Well, fuck you, CG. I'm sick of this shit. This is the third time y'all have done this shit. You would have thought they would have learned after the Thrawn and the JTR event, but they didn't. And I'm going to crush your fucking ass. And if you cry about it, I don't care. If it hurts your feelings, tough shit, because you guys have fucked up for the last time. So let's get into this. Who is Revan? Well, Revan fought in 3 wars. This is from Wikipedia. All right, don't take my word for it. He fought in the Mandalorian Wars. He fought in the Jedi Civil War and the Great Galactic War. All right, Revan as a Jedi was one that was different from any Jedi they had ever seen. He learned under Master Kreia, and if that name sounds familiar, because she became Darth Treya. They did not like what the Jedi were teaching. Revan he craved knowledge. He wanted to know more. He felt hindered by the Jedi Order. When the Mandalorian Wars started, Revan hated the fact that the Jedi were not getting involved. And against their orders, even though he was a Jedi, said, fuck you, I'm out. I'm going to go help the galaxy. And he did. And he was a hero in the sense that he stopped the Mandalorians from doing what they were doing, which was basically genocide. They were wiping out planets. Revan became just as ruthless or more ruthless than the Mandalorians to beat them. Now, in some people's eyes, he was a hero because he stopped the war. But he did some horrible things as a Jedi. Not because he was bloodthirsty or anything like that. It's because Revan was different from the get-go. Revan thought outside the box as a character about, I see a more long-term picture than just the here and now. I see further out. Revan didn't mind sacrificing a fleet in battle if it won him the overall area of the war. He just thought in those terms. I can get rid of these 10,000 soldiers if I save this planet. And he didn't mind doing it. Because Revan started seeing things in the future. After the Mandalorian Wars, after he kicks their ass, that's when he goes, him and his buddy Alec, who became Malik, they go and look for this. They start getting the sense that there's a deeper threat out there. They go after Emperor Vitiate. It failed. Vitiate thought it failed, but he basically turned them to the dark side, which they were already on the path for anyway. That starts this whole thing with what you get in the KOTOR story. It's after they find the Star Wars, they start the war. Malik portrays Revan. The Jedi Basilisk saves him. They wipe his memory, thinking that he's a soldier. And you go, that's the whole storyline of Jedi and then stopping Malik. Revan then goes on to basically retire a little bit. Him and Basilisk get married. He has a kid, but then he starts he knows Vitiate's out there and he goes after Vitiate. And that's a whole nother story. Revan represents. His name is not Jedi Revan. His name is not Darth Revan. His name is Revan. He represents everything good and bad about the Force. Revan doesn't give a shit about using Force powers other than the ends justify the means. Period. End of discussion. I have a figure there behind me and a mask. That's what Revan looks like. He is known as a dual wielder. He carried 2 lightsabers because he was a master of the form. He was a master of both sides of the Force. And that's the version of Revan that everybody in this fucking community has been telling you to put out since the beginning. But not CG. CG decides that they're going to fucking mix this up and cut it up so they can make more money. And it's blatant. And we're going to get into how they're trying to get you to make more money. So what they did is they decided to try to create a version of Revan that's more in line with a Jedi. And then, which is not what the community asked for. I have been saying since Revan came out for the years, do not fuck up Revan. This is who Revan is. If you Google Google images of Revan and you look for images, Revan looks a certain way and acts a certain way because Revan is who he is. Y'all decided that we can milk this out of the fan base and the community by going with a Jedi version of Revan. Thinking that because it's Revan, y'all can fuck us over with this shit. And what do I mean by that? They decided to make this event an heroic, a hero's journey event. And on top of that, you're doing it like you did with Thrawn, where you don't give people enough time to farm this shit. For a character that nobody fucking gives a shit about. So that tells you, one, you don't listen to the community. Two, you don't give a shit about the community, who's only been telling you forever and a day what they expected and wanted out of Revan. Three, you're doing this panic farm shit again, where you're basically forcing people. Ridiculous. These characters just became free to play, these KOTOR characters. And looking at the panic farm, it's like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You would have thought after what happened with Thrawn, they would have realized that they fucked up. They kind of almost fucked up with the JTR shit. But we're going to get into those too, because there's been some arguments about that. I don't know how you can fucking argue that the CG can do this and all this other shit. You're wrong. You're just fucking wrong. CG has just proven to me they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about this game. They only care about one thing. They only care about fucking making money. And in the business world, you're right. They are a business. They do have to make a profit. But you know, there are other gaming companies out there. And I'm throwing EA's monkey ass in this too, because EA's been in a world of shit with the shit that they've been doing. There's a certain way to make money. I know, I'm about to finish my degree in business and marketing. I write papers on this shit all the time. You look at successful companies and the culture and the way that they go about doing business, there's a reason why they make money. And then you look at companies that go out of business and stuff, there's a reason why they go out of business. Especially in the gaming community. There's a certain expectations that fans have for characters. But you don't listen to the community. You don't interact with the community other than you post shit that you want to do and then you argue with us about it. That's not interacting with the community. Yeah, you've gotten better at putting out information, but you're not listening to us. Period. You just steam ahead and you think we're going to fucking follow you like we're blind monkeys that don't see what's going on. I'm calling you out on your shit, CG. This is the worst shit you have ever done. Ever. And I ain't the only one saying it. I have seen outrage in shit tons of discords. People are fucking pissed and they're quitting. Because this is just a blatant money grab. You can try to spin this shit however you want. You can listen to this or not listen to this. I don't give two flying fucks. You can go and try to apologize and everything. You've lost us. You've completely fucking lost the community on this one. Not only did you not get the character right, and try to mix it up because you wanted to try to make more money. We'll go Jedi Revan, then we'll go Dark Side Revan, and then we'll go full Revan, the way he was. Everybody iconically knows Revan to be. Period. That's who Revan is. But y'all want to split it up because y'all see a cash cow because you think we're too fucking stupid to realize what you're doing. Sorry, but we are. We're not paying for this shit. I am begging people not to pay for this shit. Not this version of Revan and not the way they're going to do it. If this company can do this to you and show you that they don't give a fuck about your feelings or about what you want and make you have to make decisions about the game is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to farm characters. It's supposed to be something different. This is not it. You guys have missed the ball fucking completely. This is not the character Revan that any of us expected. Nobody in the right mind said to you, give us Jedi Revan. Nobody said that shit. Nobody said, give us this version of Revan first. Y'all don't listen because you think you can do whatever the fuck you want and you can get away with it. Well, you're not going to get away with it. I am going to get you motherfuckers for this shit. It would have been different if you'd gone about it a little bit differently. I would not have liked Revan as much as Jedi, but if you'd gone about it a different way to give up people an opportunity to have somewhat of a feasible way of getting him, put him in a raid or something like, okay, it's Revan, it's Jedi, maybe we'll use him later on. But you didn't. You are blatantly doing this to make people panic farm so that they have to fucking spend money on your game more than you normally get because it's all about profit. It's not about the game. It's about fucking profit with you people. You know, I looked at your site. CG is supposed to be a company for gamers. What fucking gamers do you have there? Because if you do, then you're not listening to them, and it's all about the bigwigs there that just want to make a fucking profit. And I know you're making a profit because you still wouldn't be around, and I have a good estimation of how much you make a year. So you're making a good profit, but you think you, because of that, that gives you the license to fuck shit up? I mean, you have basically just... I thought it couldn't get any worse than Thrawn, but then they kind of fixed shit. And then JTR, the things have been happening. First thing you did here recently is you fucking marquee people to death. We have all these characters all of a sudden, Solo, KOTOR, all this shit coming out. We're trying to figure out as a community who we need to work on. Right? I mean, you people must think we're just a bunch of addicts and just spend money in your game. You know, if you think about it, and maybe if you fucking paid attention and got to know these people like I've gotten to know the community, that they're mothers and fathers, they work for a living, they take care of families, they have school and plays and other shit. They can't invest what you want them to invest. Some do. Some have that money and do it. And I don't begrudge them a bit. If you have a fortune and you want to spend it on the game, go right ahead. I've never been against anybody that wants to pay to play this game. Never happened. But the majority, a vast majority of your player base are normal people that love Star Wars and want to play a game where they can feel part of the community and have fun. And you've just shit all over that. You want Jedi Revan? Fuck you, pay me. You want the game to be fun so you can open up other things? Fuck you, pay me. First you have us run around with our heads cut off at this marquee event trying to figure out what's going on. We're thinking Solo, KOTOR. Not sure who to farm first. We say Solo first. Because we thought maybe there was going to be something to it. Not really. It turned out to be the smuggling event, unless you have something planned later on. But then we're like, shit. Well, let's start working on KOTOR. And you go back our lunch streams and say that we're like, yeah, go start working on KOTOR. Forget Solo for right now. Get KOTOR. Something's happened. We don't know what. Then you blindsided us with the Chewbacca thing, which the event was a blindside. The fact that you needed bounty hunters and stuff, but you put everybody in a tizzy trying to unlock Chewbacca, who's a really good character. So we've had to go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And then you say, here comes Revan. And on top of that, he's a hero's journey. Fuck you, pay me. Well, fuck you, CG. I'm not paying you a fucking dime. And I'm telling everybody right now, boycott this shit. Please. I can't make you do it. I can't. You're grown individuals. You can do what you want. Do not invest in this shit. The only thing CG seems to care about is money. It's all about money. It isn't about the community. It isn't about guilds. And we've demonstrated in the past they don't give a shit about that. It's about making money. It's not about the gaming experience and having fun. It's about money. The only way that you can have any kind of real impact in them. They don't listen on the forums, and they fucking certainly don't listen in Reddit. Period. They don't care about money. So if they care about money, the only voice you have is two. You can go to the app and give them a low rating so other people don't get sucked into this bullshit. And the other way is not to pay them. If you pay them, you are giving them the license to keep doing this shit. The only voice we have is to say enough is enough. If you don't want to listen to us, fine. We're not going to support you moving forward until you pull your head out of your third point of contact. You don't care about us. Why the fuck should we care about you? Why should we support you in your gaming endeavors if you don't give a fuck about us? Because this is blatantly saying, fuck you, pay me, I don't care. You want Revan? Pay me. Because you certainly can't get him the fucking way you do it now. Next week it starts, and even if you do like double drops, I mean, people just got KOTOR unlocked. And the only one they've been working on is Revan because the other characters are okay, but there's too much shit to farm. And you've been having us bounce from here to there all over the place. People just got done with the Chewbacca event scrambling to try to get that motherfucker undone. And then you're going to drop Revan on us at the beginning of the quarter? Who runs your business? I can tell you do not do customer surveys in a sense that you do not get real feedback. And if you do get real feedback, you hide that shit. And you're not talking to the right people, because if you did talk to the community, if you just went online and looked at polls like who's the most favorite dark side character, Revan, plain and simple, there's tons of shit out there on it. You just have to look for it. Who is Revan? What kind of way should we go with the character? What should we do? What are the fans? Well, the fans want this. Why? Well, if you look in fucking Wikipedia, it tells you all about Revan. But not y'all. Y'all decide we're going to do Jedi Revan first. Fuck the community, what they want. Fuck you, pay me. So fuck you, CG. We're not paying. I can't make anybody in the community do nothing but listen to my words. I can just ask you. You guys have to make that decision yourself. But if you buy into what they're doing with this, you are basically giving them a green light to keep pulling this shit. Now, some people are already quitting. That's fine. But the only way to change something is to use your voice against them. Obviously, they're not listening to us. I've ranted. How many times have I ranted? Tons of times. Nothing really happens. CG doesn't give a fuck about RSG. They don't care what I say. They listen, but they don't really listen. You know I never get any fucking feedback from it. Ever. They don't reach out to me or Finn and talk to us about what we think. And you think they would because we're all over the goddamn community talking to all these Discords of people. We kind of know what the fuck we're talking about. So if you don't care, I don't care. I'm not fucking pushing your shit anymore. You know, I've stood by you here recently, even though I never got any reply. Didn't get anything from CG. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. But I pushed your shit. We do Ross reviews. We push this game. We do this. We don't make shit from this. But we love the game. And you know what we love more than the game? We love the community. We love the people here. The people that are in this Discord and the people that I know, I am proud to call friends. These are great people. And I don't know them just as gamers. I know them as people that I care about. I know about their families. I know what's going on with their life. We talk Star Wars because it's a passion of ours. That's what this game is all about for me. It isn't about your fucking game anymore. And I'll take them somewhere else where they can feel appreciated and not fucking ramrodded in the ass. You guys got some balls in you, CG, but I'm here to call you out. I am going to make you... I am the line in the sand, CG. I'm coming after your ass for this one. And if you think your will's stronger than mine, you will fucking lose. I will not let you do this to this community. I'll take them somewhere else. I'll beg, borrow, steal, whatever I have to do. You don't want a pissed off ranger up your ass because we don't stop. Either I'm going down and burning in the blaze of glory or I'm taking your ass with me. And I'm sure they'll listen to this and they'll come out, we're sorry we did this, and you know what, we apologize, and here's some free crystals, and here's some stuff, and we're sorry, and maybe we'll change the event. Fuck you, too late. You had the opportunity at the beginning to do this the right way, and you chose not to. You chose this path. Therefore, you must take responsibility for your actions and live with the consequences. This is the most outrageous shit I have ever seen CG do. I was furious with them in Thrawn. Not so much JTR, but I was like, oh, fuck. And there's been some things I've ranted about here, but the rants have been few and far between. People are like, Ranger, you calm down a lot. Well, I only rant when it means something. This means something. You fucked up the character, you fucked up the community, and you fucked up a whole bunch of stuff. And they're probably sitting there going, oh, well, Ranger's just ranting. What the fuck? So I'm asking, if you want action, if you want real change, you have to affect it. That means going to the App Store and giving low ratings. That means not paying for this shit. When they see the bottom line drop, I guarantee you they'll start listening to you then. Because right now, they don't give a fuck what you have to say. I mean, there's been boycotts before, but people caved in. What did that allow CG to do? It looked at what was happening and saying, well, some people were upset. We'll do a little thing over here and make that side a little bit better, but we're still making money. If they're still making money, they don't give a fuck. And the only way you're going to have an effect on anybody is by not buying into the shit. I can't make you do it. I can just ask you. As someone who knows that cares about you guys more than CG does, if you trust me, you'll listen to my words. Do not buy this shit. Do not spend crystals. Do not buy the characters. Do not buy the packs. If you buy, they get the idea that fuck you. They can do what they want and that they're right for the choices they make. And it comes down to a line in the sand. Do we want this game to be played like this and this happening to us, or do we want to do something about it? I am going to do as much as I can to do something about it. I'm going to hold CG's fucking ass to the flame. Because this is awful, awful shit. This is just, and it sucks ass. Because this is not what I want from this fucking game. I want to come on here and have fun and talk about the game in a way that is positive, and we have done that many times. You know, when CG does shit right, we give them props. So it's not like they can sit there and say, oh, Ranger's mad all the time. That's bullshit, and if you give me that response, I'll burn your ass for giving me that response, CG. Because I have pushed your shit with nothing gained from me whatsoever. When you guys get it right, I have praised you guys on the shit you get right. But when you do something this blatant and this obvious, and you can give any cockamamie bullshit answer you want, I'll burn your ass on the forums about it as well. So you better be careful what you write, because I am watching. Finn is watching. We're going to wait to see what you respond. And if you don't respond, that tells me all I need to know about it. And if you do respond and try to give a bullshit answer, we're going to burn your ass on the stake for there too. We have a platform. We are going to use it. Whether you like it or not, CG. This goes way past anything I've ever seen. This is so blatantly fucking obvious what you're doing. I was hopeful. I really was. When it was first and I was like, I thought because of the creature in the video that, okay, maybe they're going to go a different route in how they do this. No. It's all about money. It's clear as day. You can't convince me any other way. If you're being real and you're critically thinking about this, it is as obvious as day and night. There is no gray area with the subject. It is blatantly what they are doing. They don't value you as a customer. They think you're too stupid and you're too invested. Here's what CG thinks. You're too addicted and invested in this game that you will be too scared not to do this. Like, whatever. People scream out, but they'll still pay us. And if you do, then you're giving in. The only voice you have, guys, is your wallet and what you can do on the app. Giving them a low rating. Because this is not what we want. And this is not what we expect. And we deserve to expect better from a company like this. You know, this is horseshit. You know, not giving us a character that giving us a character we didn't want based off a character and things that we did want, and it was very obvious what we want. It's been screamed in the forums forever and a day. We want Revan. Not Darth Revan, not Jedi Revan. Revan. The Revan. Not this other Mickey Mouse bullshit that you're giving us. Strike one. Strike two, you made the event again after past mistakes, not learning from your other mistakes, and basically panic farming us again. And then three, the different amount of packs, shit like that. You just don't fucking give a shit. You do. CG's, it's clear to me. CG's mentality is, we will do what we want in the game. If you don't like it, fucking get out. And I guess if you get out, you know, that's your only option. But when you guys go out of business because of the shit you're pulling, you have no one to blame but yourself. Because you're a bunch of fucktards. I'm serious, guys. Use your voice. I'm asking you guys not to buy this shit. Don't give in to the pressure. There's other things in the game you can work on. Work on all your other characters. Still farm KOTOR. Just don't worry about it. If no one gets Revan and no one gives a shit about Revan, this cheap ass piece of shit version of Revan, I don't care how good he is. If no one gets him, then CG's going to have to wake up. It forces them to make a decision about their business choices and things of that nature. But if everybody's just like, well, we need him, and you give in, then CG wins. And then they're going to keep doing this shit. And we'll yell and scream and nothing's going to fucking change. Nothing will fucking change at all. And if that's what you want, hey, kudos to you. You know, all I can do is give you the facts. That's how high I see them. And be the voice of the outrage that the community has. Because that's the only way they go. Forums get deleted all the time, which makes you a bunch of pussies, CG, for doing that shit. You know, I didn't fight in other lands and serve my country so you guys can delete shit because it fucking makes you uncomfortable. Grow up. You know, you can't do it in the Reddit shit because Reddit lets you at least speak your mind. Sometimes they say some outrageous shit there that I don't agree with, but at least they let you speak your mind. just ridiculous. I'm so disappointed in you, CG. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I'm sick of this. I really am. I'm disappointed. I'm tired of it. You know, I'm going to stay in the game for now. I really consider just deleting my account today, but I'm like, nope, I'm going to fight the good fight. Community is outraged. I need to be the voice of that outrage. I need to be the focal point. I'm going to be the one. Someone has to get these turds, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be up their ass. Every time they post something, I'm going to be there to do a stream and say, here's CG. Let's see what they said. Nope, still got their head up their ass. Not giving a shit about you. So, fuck you, CG. It just fucking makes me sick. It makes me sick. And I've worked with some companies, that don't do this shit at all. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it just, Marvel Strike Force is going the way of the fucking dodo too, because they're getting greedy motherfuckers too. You want to end up like Marvel Strike Force? Keep doing the same shit they're doing. See what happens. There's other Star Wars games out there. There's other games people can play. Mobile games. I'll find it. People will leave your game in a heartbeat. You can have two choices, CG. You can be like WoW and have an unbelievably loyal fan base that will stick with you through thick and thin. Some people come and go and the numbers are lower, but for the most part, WoW is pretty amazing. Or you can be like all those other fucking gaming companies that have gone out of business and lost out and are given the stink eye because when you mention their name, they're like, ugh. Perception is reality, and the perception you're giving folks right now is you're a bunch of ass clown motherfuckers that don't give a shit about the community and will do whatever you want as long as you make money. So go try to make money, CG. See how this works out for you. But I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure this version of Revan and this shit bombs. So you wake the fuck up and start pulling your head out of your ass and doing some right shit for once. And I hope you go back and you read the comments in the fucking chat. I hope you have the fucking balls to go into the Discords and see what people are saying. You don't. Because you know the fans will crush your ass. And that shows your lack of integrity. You don't have any. Because if you were in the Discord interacting with the fucking fan base, in all these Discords, which I've been in all day and dealing with folks and just listening to their outrage, you would know you fucked up. And I just know we're going to get the PC political answer. This is going to get glossed over. I'm probably fighting a losing fight here because people are going to give in and pay for this shit. I will not be one of them. And CG will just keep going along like nothing's wrong. They may give some half-ass apology or, we went back and we looked and we're really sorry. All I can do is what I can do. So that's it. That's all I can do is fight the good fight. And I'm going to fight the good fight. You're on my shit list, CG. I'm going to burn you guys as best I can for this. Now for the other parts of the game, just this. You wanted me as an enemy? You got me as an enemy. I warned you guys about doing stupid shit again, that what would be the consequences. The consequences are you got pissed off Ranger coming after you. And that ain't a threat. I don't threaten. I do. I just do. It's my mentality. I'm going to get your ass for this. I'm going to make it hurt. Unless you guys step up and do the right shit. And if you don't step up and do the right shit, I'm going to make sure that everything I can to do to make sure you guys get burned for this as it happens. So, fuck you, CG. That's my thoughts, Finn. The floor is yours, Tits. The floor is yours.
God. Okay. So, before anyone starts to get on me, I'm not counterpointing this.
Finn's just nicer.
Well, the truth is this is really kind of a bad thing on CG's part. Looking at it from a different side, we know that a lot of the whales are going to continue spending no matter what. So you already have them as a customer base. Your largest customer base is going to be those that are spending in order to get a little bit extra and buy those smaller packs in order to try and get that 7-star character. The problem is they didn't give enough time. Now, there's a few different arguments that are being made. So I want to make sure everyone understands exactly what the situations are when you compare it to Thrawn, when you compare it to Rey, and how much time that we have right now for this one. You're going to start off, if you look at Thrawn, right, the day that they moved all of the Phoenix, all 6 Phoenix were moved into free-to-play was on June 7th last year.
Oh.
The event of Thrawn was then released on June 15th. So there was 8 days in between when they released them to free-to-play and when players had to get it for Thrawn. Now, obviously, it's another 7 days, so until the 22nd. So roughly you had about 2 weeks in order to get your Phoenix characters. But you only needed to get them to 5-star because Thrawn was a legendary. So even though people didn't get it 7-star, they were able to get it unlocked at 5-star if they were able to use crystals and get everything up. Now, what they should be focusing on is at least giving a chance to those players that are getting top 5 in Arena and top 5 in Fleet or whatever it is, because you're going to want the crystals, right? But they're not doing that. If you compare it to the Rey event of the 5 characters that you needed for the Rey event, one of them, BB-8, was released 3 months earlier. So you had 3 months in order to get BB-8. For Finn and Rey were both day 1 characters. So the fact that they were day 1 characters means that you had plenty of time to farm it anyways. If you chose not to farm it, then that's on you. It's the same argument that I made back when CLS came out. And so if you go back, you'll see that. Like, if it's a day 1 character and you didn't actually go into it, then that's your fault. It was always available to you. The 2 characters they released on short notice was Veteran Han and Veteran Chewie. They were both released on December 6th, with the Rey event happening on December 15th. So again, you had like another roughly about 2 weeks in order to farm them. Both of them were Cantina farms though, and you only had to work on 2 characters. The way that they're doing the whole Revan stuff is just really, really bad. So they released Bastila and Jolie into hard nodes on September 12th. So it's less than a month ago that the characters are actually released into the hard nodes. Even if you did the hard nodes with a refresh of their node and buying all the extra energy, you would have gotten only about 150 shards each for both of them, assuming that it's about a 1/3 drop rate, and mine is usually about less than that. And then you release T3 and Mission in Cantina, so now you're sharing the same spot, which is fine. That's the same way you release Veteran Han and Chewie, but then you also add Zalbar, another hard node, on the 26th, which is only like 2 weeks ago. And now you're expecting that character to be 7-star. So not only do you have to worry about 5 characters in 1 month, getting them from 3-star to 7-star, even for the ones that are like the highest level players, the ones that are getting high in Arena and high in Fleet, the only people that are really able to get it are either whales or the people that have saved so many crystals that they can just buy that pack that you have for crystals for $6.99. The problem with this is that you are not enticing any of the low spenders to buy the packs. You made it so all of these things are out of reach. Even if you made Revan a legendary instead of this journey with the 7-star unlock, people would have to rush in order to get the characters up to 5-star in order to even get a 5-star. You could have made this a legendary and just done all of this fine, but you didn't. You didn't make it a legendary. You made it a new journey. So now you have to get them all 7-star, otherwise it's a complete waste. If you wanted to make it a 7-star, you could have given some more time, but you didn't. And I don't understand where their timing comes from, because you know everybody was already upset about the way Thrawn was released. You know the way that everybody was upset that Rey was released. And even the way the CLS was released, I pretty much, except for Thrawn I said was too short of a time frame, I didn't have any issues with the Rey because, again, 2 of the characters were day 1, BB-8 have 3 months, and there were 2 characters you had to farm. But to farm all 5 characters to 7 stars within a month, I mean, unless you saved up like 30,000 crystals, you're not making this realistic for any player. And you're not even trying to entice the low spenders who will buy in volumes. The amount of people that would buy those little packs would go up so much if you made it so there was some realistic chance that they could get the unlock. And those people are ones that are usually not high in Arena, not high in Fleet, and need to buy the shards even to get the character to 5-star. So why is this a journey that requires 7-star instead of a legendary that requires 5-star? If this was a simple legendary, I would have zero issue with any of this. Now, there's a whole aspect that Ranger was talking about with regards to the Revan character itself, which is different. But if you could have just made this a 5-star unlock and let people get it to 7-star, everything would have been so much better. But this just smells so much of greed that it's ridiculous. Like, there's no way around it. Even when I usually try to be the counterpoint to stuff Ranger is saying, I can't defend it. I went through and tried to see, okay, what is the ways that I could have, because I always do this, because there's characters I didn't get 7-star unlock, but I think this is probably the first character that I'm not going to be able to actually even get. Not max out, but just get. And so I was looking back to try and see what I could have done different. The only thing I could have done different is been like, okay, well, I guess I didn't need to farm the solo characters after all, because all they were used was for that crappy smuggling event.
Right.
That's it.
That's where you messed up.
So after releasing like 50 different marquees within a 2 months time frame, what the only thing I could have done is to know ahead of time that Revan was coming and just focused on saving crystals for KOTOR for this. I mean, you made it so it's almost impossible for any player to do anything in this game without paying money, which I understand. You're trying to make money. But if you don't even make it so the people that are high-level players, even if they're free-to-play, that are getting top in Arena and Fleet, I don't know how many of you are actually doing that, but it requires a lot of time. Not to mention the fact that at this point in the state of the game, you're now on Arena Shards, you're coordinating with other people in order to try and get in the top of Arena, you're trying to be fair. I mean, people are doing everything they can in order to try and conserve crystals and get those crystals at a high rate. And to actually make it so even the players that are doing top in Arena and top in Fleet have no chance unless they were saving for 2 months and not working on the characters you're releasing in the game. I mean, isn't part of this whole thing that you want people to get the characters? So the only way people are supposed to be getting characters now is by not spending on any of the other characters. So when other characters are released, I'll just save all my crystals now until you come out with some stupid ass thing where you're going to be releasing characters and all of a sudden I need 7 stars and I have to drop 30, 40,000 crystals in order to get it. Because if that's the way this game is going, I mean, people aren't going to want to play. And I mean, it's no secret. I'm not allowed to leave my guild because they'll kill me at this point.
Right.
But I would be lying if I said that all of this didn't make me just want to delete the game. Because it doesn't make it fun. Part of the fun for free-to-play players to continue and maybe even mildly spend, because it's the same way Goldfish are kind of brought into this game, is by giving them the incentive to spend on the little packs here and there. Some people can't buy those big packs all the time. And if your goal is to make this just a whale game, where it's just all people that are paying hundreds of dollars every single month in order to do this, then so be it. That's the game you're going to build. And you're just going to upset every other person that's playing the game, and that's going to include the voluminous amount of people that are buying those smaller packs, that $10 pack, that $20 pack, that $30 pack, that they can actually afford during a month, and then they're going to just leave. Because there's other games you can play that are free. Hell, I'm playing another game right now that's fun for me, and I can pick it up and drop it whenever I want. I played Clash of Clans for the last 3 months, and it's one of the most fun games I played, and I can just pick it up and put it down whenever I want. This game has already turned into an addiction with the amount of time that you need. The fact that it forces you at particular times for Arena and Fleet Arena, it's not very hard to see why people would drop this game if it's now becoming a you have to give me money or you're not getting characters game. So it's something you want to consider with the way that you're doing this release, because this is a very bad light on the way that you're releasing characters. Because it's basically tone deaf to the way that you've actually set up all of the other releases. It is worse than Thrawn. It is worse than the way that you release Rey. And it is one of the most iconic characters to your most avid Star Wars fans. So I don't know what else to say at this point. It's just a big disappointment after all of the positive steps they've taken recently.
Yeah. It really is. Tits, let's get a woman's perspective in here because, well, me and Finn are retarded. So let's get someone who's not retarded in here. Lovely Tits, if you would please. Is she there?
Yeah. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Shit, I was on mute. I was on mute this whole freaking time, like going, yes, yes, yes.
I've been waiting for you to talk.
I was.
Oh, now Loki wants to pipe in. Loki, you'll just have to listen.
Oh, Loki. I have a different perspective because I don't spend a lot of money on the game, and I'm not quite as diehard as you guys are. So I do have a different perspective. I just want to point out that I feel that there is quite a few CG devs in the chat under pseudonyms. I really do, because some of the comments in here are just kind of like off the wall ridiculous about how we've had plenty of time and that you've had plenty of notice. My thoughts are close to Finn's about I don't really understand the business strategy with this, because in my opinion, whales, if they are targeting only whales because they want whales to drop a lot of money to get these characters, that's kind of not right to me, because the whales have already bought these characters. They already have them. You know, they already have the KOTOR characters. They already bought them. So there's not going to be a scramble to spend more to get them. In my opinion, most of them already had them. So it would be more towards not the minnows, but the dolphins, these players that, you know, they've released so many freaking characters. They've released so many that we've already talked about how burnout everybody's getting, that there's just so many new things and there's so many different paths to target. You can't keep focused because there's so much going on. So they release all this stuff, and when you get a character like Revan, you're so excited about. We've all been waiting for so long, and we would love to have Revan, but because there's so much stuff going on, yeah, we've got a focus that's been diverted so much that even if we were farming Die Hard the minute the KOTOR came out, if you weren't spending a shit ton of gems on tons of refreshes and buying packs, you're not going to get Revan, because you like Finn said, it's got to be 7 stars. So if they would have dropped it to a 5-star release, that we could have, like, to be honest, I haven't spent money on any character release in so long, but if they would have released it at 5 stars and I was kind of close, I would have bought packs for it. I would have. But they've kind of thrown out that whole demographic there, focusing on the whales, and it feels very blatant cash grab with that. It like Finn said, it's not fun anymore. Like, I don't mind waiting for a character, I really don't, but would I have spent? I probably would have if it was fairly close, because he's just a cool character and I want it to be fun, but it's not really, I don't know, it's just not really that fun anymore. And I guess the cash grabbing is getting to the point where I'm out of spite and putting my foot down and I'm not going to do it, you know, instead of saying, oh, I might do it, you know. Now I'm just like, fuck, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. It's just stupid now at this point. And the thing that bugs me the most out of all of this is the way they formulated the packs. It bothers me so bad, because that is an in-your-face punch me cash grab with the way they have divided them up, to where if you have one of them and you've been trying to farm, like the way the Cantina's separate, and I know you said it was just like the vets, but they separated the packs where if you have one of them closer, you still have to buy the separate pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't they just do a $14.99 for each of the characters?
I don't know.
Why did they formulate them that way with the $30 packs? That bugs me, because it just annoys me. Yeah, and I know that there's a bunch of people that said players will complain no matter what CG does, and you're absolutely right. But I think it's just one of those cumulative effects at this point.
Right.
There's been so much that's just happened, and then I'm sorry, and we've done this wrong, and then when things like this happen, we're just supposed to accept it. Well, no, we didn't accept it last time, and you apologize saying that you admitted to it. So we're supposed to accept it now and expect that you didn't do anything wrong here, when we kind of feel like, you know, I feel like EA is pushing them to do this. I don't want to say it's all CG. I feel like EA is doing it. They're pretty much the founders of microtransactions. Like, they're the ones who started this whole cash grab. So I kind of could see CG getting pressure from it. But at the same time, this game is supposed to be fun, and you're gonna push a lot of mid-level players and players that are like just starting to develop into the game and enjoy it. You're gonna start losing some of them. Like, I'm not really having a lot of fun in the game. If it wasn't for the guild, I don't know that I would continue.
I know, right? So,
and you got players like, you know, Eleanor, like Ewalkin, and players that created this community, and they're just done with it. They're done with it. It's just one thing after another, and they're done with it. And it's such a shame, because it really is a great game. I think they just need to just tone the cash grabbing back just a bit. I mean, you can still make tons of money. And like you said, it was all about greed. You can still make a lot of money and just tone it back a bit to where it's more acceptable and we can swallow it instead of having this big cash grab shoved down our throat when we don't have the, to deal with it. We don't have the throat capacity for that.
Well, it's like, well, let's look at the Chewbacca event, right? It came out of nowhere, but that was okay because we had an opportunity to have those characters done, right? And it was hard, and there were people that spent money. I had people donate so I could get 7-star Bosk, right? But it was not like a last minute. It was a last minute thing that we didn't know about. But
they were almost all like early or day one characters.
Right.
That's always been the way that at least when they've done these things, I've defended it, which is if you like bounty hunters have been in the game for a while. Now, they might have not all been day one, but they were all very, very early. And so if you chose not to work on it, and if you didn't work on it after there was a territory battle node, like a mission for it, if you didn't work on it after there's a bounty hunter event and everything, I mean, you chose not to work on it, which is fine. There were day one characters with some very early characters, and so that was the decision that you made about building your roster. But this one, they're all new characters, and there's different players with different play styles, right? Whether you're free to play or pay to play, this part doesn't really matter. Some people are playing just purely for fun and they just don't care. Some players are playing competitively. And for the free-to-play competitive players, which a lot of the people that are really invested in the community are, let's be honest, you have the whales who are definitely going to be, especially in the higher-end guilds, they're going to be competitive, right? In the free-to-play category, there's a lot of really competitive players. And so what they're looking for isn't that they need to get the character 7-star immediately, but they need to be able to with a certain amount of preparation for it. And if the only preparation is stocking up 30,000 crystals every single time, that's just really, really silly. I mean, I didn't have that many crystals stored up for CLS, and I was able to get him. I didn't have that many crystals stored up for Jedi Training Rey. I was able to get her the first time. All the legendaries, I think, for the most part, I got unlocked, although I think I got half of them only to 7-star. And that was just because, like, Emperor Palpatine, I had a lot of the characters needed and so on and so forth. But if you're not making it so that even the competitive free-to-play players have a chance in order to get these characters without storing up a crazy amount of crystals like this, you're just basically making this a whale game, which if you want to, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, no problem
There's
with that.
nothing wrong if that's the direction you want to go with this. But if you're trying to get people to spend money that aren't whales, that are in that dolphin, minnow, goldfish range, this is awful.
That have kids and families and stuff. Yeah. I mean.
Which, and you know what, B. Masu brought up a really good point about, maybe this might be their way of trying to give spenders the competitive edge again. And I absolutely 100% agree that if you spend a lot of money in this game, you should have an edge. That's the whole point of spending money to have better things. I mean, I agree with that. It's just the way it was done and the way it's released sounds more like a cash grab and not for like evening out spenders. And the way they did it made it where people that want to become a spender and get the edge can't really do it, or it's not worth the spending to get that edge, if that makes sense. I don't know.
No, it's true. And I'll also put this out there though. I understand, and I've said it before, that the spenders should have an advantage in this game larger than what they have in the game. The problem is there really isn't a mechanism in the game that allows them to get that advantage. So if we look at the game as a whole, right? In Arena, how many people are really happy with the way Traya works out? Where you either have a Traya or you don't. And the only real way to counter a Traya, even if you're playing the counter team, is to either have crazy, crazy mods on like a Basila team, right? Or you have a Traya of your own and you play like EP lead against Traya lead, and that gets you the counter. You could do a mirror team, but the mirror team ends up being a little bit more difficult, right? So if you look at the way that they built Traya, prior to Traya, any character that you had, there was always a counter to, and the benefit was just getting it to a higher level. But I don't think most people are happy with the way Treya is. So what is the way that Revan could benefit free-to-play players, or even whales, right? What is the benefit of Revan to those players? Just having it in your inventory? Because if you create another character like Treya with Revan, people are going to absolutely hate this game. You can't have a character that dominates as much as Treya does. I mean, so if you create that same thing with Revan, where either you have Revan or you don't have Revan, it's going to be an awful game for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I don't think anything that they're doing really benefits the whales. I mean, the whales get a benefit. The people that spend money get the benefit in having more characters ready to shift the meta. The problem is Treya has destroyed the meta. It's a Treya meta right now. You can try and play CLS. You can try and play Basilatines. People are using it every now and then. But Treya is the meta character. And they've ruined that part of the game. The fact when the meta was changing constantly, I don't know how many of you guys remember back when Arena was a little bit younger, where what we used to say was, don't chase the meta, because by the time you get to the meta is going to be changed. And so you'll then be behind. So you always work on what's most important. You can work on a particular team, but don't ever chase the current meta because it takes too long. That's gone now. Treya's been the meta for what? 3 months? 4 months? And there's probably no end in sight. And if Revan is the counter to it, if Revan doesn't have a different counter away from Treya, then that's going to be really, really bad. And if people that spent money on Revan have a counter to Revan teams with General Kenobi and Barriss again, like, how happy are whales going to be that they spent on Revan?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they've destroyed the way meta works.
If they would have released it at 5-star,
boring.
that would have solved that issue, I feel like, because then more people could have gotten it lower level, but then the whales would still have the advantage of having a 7-star, right?
Yeah. I mean it's so there's nothing wrong with Treya, right? Treya should be a really good character, and she should be difficult to get. Same thing with Revan. Revan should be a really, really good character. But if you remember how Kenobi wasn't necessary in order to win an arena. He made your arena team better. And I mean, Han was the same way. Han, for a while, when Emperor Palpatine was kind of the meta at that time, made your team better, but he wasn't necessary. Treya is pretty much necessary. If you don't have Treya, you fall. So if they do that with Revan, right, people are just going to get pissed and stop the game, because otherwise they have to wait 4 months in order to get Revan. It was kind of the way CLS was when he was first released too, but CLS, again, used a lot of day one characters. But if they make it so you either have Revan or you don't in order to succeed in Arena, people are going to stop. And if they also make it so that Revan has an easy counter, then what was the point in buying the character?
You know what my other issue is like, I feel like I've been like, they really plan things out to get them. I mean, and I know they do because it's a business. They plan things out to get the most money that they can from things. But at the same time, this is supposed to be a fun game, and they're all about the community and player base having fun. I feel like the whole Chewbacca event, all of that was like a resource drain because they knew that this was going to happen. And we wouldn't, if you were free to play, you wouldn't be able to get Revan because of all the resources drained into getting these other characters that were released. I mean, I don't know. It just felt very, not kind of manipulative, but not, because I know that's the way business works. But still, I mean, you don't want to feel that way. You want it to be kind of behind the scenes and just the way the game is, but you don't want it to be blatantly in your face. I'm getting rolled around for, you know? I don't know. There's not anything inherently wrong with CG putting a character behind a paywall either, like a time paywall. I don't mind that, because I've waited and I got JTR a third time around. I got all of my characters were usually second time around. I don't mind that. I guess it's just, it feels different this time, and there's so many new characters. They keep pushing the goalpost. I think somebody said it in there. They keep pushing the goalpost too far out, too fast. One thing at a time is okay. We can swallow it. Here and there, getting reamed, we can swallow that. But it's just so much, so fast that you feel jaded about it, I guess. And it's not fun anymore. That's my thing. I mean, I'm not going to spend any money. Just kind of just let it ride, and I'll get them around next time, I guess.
Loki, what do you think?
I don't know, man. we've all been playing this game too long. I mean, does it really surprise you? It doesn't surprise me. I mean, we called it 4 or 5 streams ago. We said, how come these tunes went free to play in 2 areas? It's like too obvious. I don't know. I'm not surprised. I mean, for me personally, I'm going to try to go for it, but I'm like you guys. I haven't really spent probably since Scion, maybe. I mean, I've gotten really lucky with $6.99 pulls, so I'm just going to, I mean, we got 15 days is what I'm thinking. Because the event's coming in, was on the 18th?
In about 8 days. On the 18th, it's coming.
Yep. Yeah, and then they're going to run it another, 7 days or something like that? I mean, so, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe he sucks. You know what I mean? I mean, when's the last time they came out with a good tune anyway? It's been a while, man. I mean, the only reason Trey is good in Arena is because of Darth Nihilus. If you run a Trey team with no Nihilus, she sucks. Hands down. There's nothing he can do. You can run a Zeta Bastila team with no Darth Nihilus, and that team is good, right? So, I mean, I don't know what to think. I'm not surprised. The only thing I'm surprised about, or the only thing I'm really disappointed about is like what Tits mentioned earlier is about they put all these little smoke screen, shit rolled in sprinkled characters in front of us. And then they have like 500 game changers hyping these tunes up. I mean, Jango Fett's a disaster, man.
And it made you feel like they made you feel like you had to get them.
I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I think Chewbacca sucks. I don't know what the CLS meta is going to do in Arena because Treya's leadership is just going to eat that team away. And then you got all these game changers coming out with Treya counter teams that, I don't know, they don't mean anything, at least in my opinion. It's just to drive content or whatever. I don't think there's value in making Treya counter teams, honestly, but that's my opinion. And they came out with Aura Singh. She's like a bust. I don't know what she's good for, other than getting like 1 billion points of damage in the raid, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a PvE character.
She was good for making, like, all the rest of them, making you spend all your resources so that way you don't have it.
I mean, the best ship, hands down, is probably Houndstooth. But the other ships, I don't know. We tried to like Xanadu Blood, but I mean, I guess Xanadu Blood is good because Cad Bane's been in the game for so long. Everybody has the pilot already, like Gear 10, Gear 11, Gear 12. I don't know, but I feel the same way. Is you kind of have to. I mean, we've all been playing this game for so long that you have these signs, right, where they're gonna throw a bunch of crap in front of you to drain your resources, like what Tit said, and then bam, they're gonna come out with something, right? Is the cadence wrong for Revan? I could say yes, but then there's the other player too that didn't fall for all the bounty hunter hype and didn't fall for all the solo hype, and maybe she saved up, and that person is going, holy crap, now I can go all in on Revan, right? Maybe he's the one that's going to count. I mean, who knows? We don't even know if this team's going to be good, honestly.
Loki, but the counter to that is, so then if you want to play this game in a smart way, everything that is released, you have to say no. I'm going to wait, and you can't. Caution, right? I mean, but then you have the game changers throwing out how meta this team is going to be, how it trumps Treya teams, and blah, blah, blah. So there's so much counter information to staying on your course for a big release like that. It feels like you're bombarded with too much, and you have no way to figure out a good direction. Like, because all of the people that are supposed to be giving you the information that is good for you is bullshit information.
I 100% agree with you.
It's like, ugh.
I mean, there's no video out there that actually says the best Treya counter is go find a guild that you can merc in and get Treya shards and get your own 5-star Treya.
Yeah.
Because everybody has Darth Nihilus, right? I mean, that's the team in Arena. It's hide Nihilus. It's always been that meta. You get the instant kill first. That's all it is. It's not rocket science. I mean, you can try to come up with something new and exciting, but you're going to now have to spend, resources or cash or whatever. But the easy answer is, and it's unfortunate because people want to play with certain people. I like to play with my friends. I like to play with people I've been playing with a long time. But if your guild cannot get a 5-star Treya like soon, then yeah, you're going to be struggling. But the answer is not buy Jango Fett or buy this. It's get your own tray at ASAP, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And nobody really says that, right? I mean, they say leave your guild or ask your guild leader, can I go merc for a couple times and go get some shards and I'll come back, right? That's the free-to-play way, in my opinion, right? It's not get Chewy and try to do a CLS team, right? With whatever, right? And it, I don't know, because there's guys on my arena shard, they don't got great mods and their Trey elites can climb and they're all 5-star. I mean, it is what it is now. So, I don't know what else to say about it. I'm not surprised. I'm going to try to go for Revan. I mean, I'm not planning on spending, honestly. I mean, I'm probably going to use my arena currency every day and buy a $6.99 pack and hopefully I get some, and who knows? I mean, if there's enough feedback from the community, like, I mean, I'm totally with Ranger too, is, if you're in that situation, voice your opinion to CG. The easy fix for this, honestly, is you take the Old Republic characters that were in the game already. I mean, give Visa's Mars an Old Republic tag. Everybody's got her. I mean, we had enough time to farm her. Give us one character, right? I mean, why do we have to go 7 tunes to 7 stars? I mean, that's insanity, I think, in my, like what everybody said on, earlier. It's, give HK47 an Old Republic. I mean, everybody's got HK47, right? That would be the easy fix, I think. And just say you're sorry and rework. I mean, they were giving a bunch of people the contraband, they were giving smuggler tags, right? I mean, CG can easily give 3 tunes Old Republic tags and say they're sorry and go from there. And I think people would have a different opinion. But, again, at the end of the day, it's their game. And like what Finn said, I mean, we're as RSG, we're getting into other games. So just be patient with us and stick with us. And we'll, hopefully they're hearing this right now and they're going to hear more of the community as the days go by, up till Revan, and hopefully they do a big change like that. But it just doesn't surprise me. I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. And on the, again, we mentioned if you're going to wail on this too, or if you're going to wail and try to get Revan, I hope he's good. It's been a while. It's been a while since they released somebody good.
No, we haven't seen his kit yet.
Yeah, we don't know his kit.
Okay, I have to bring up something that I'm really I'm worried about is if Revan gets put into platoons. I'm gonna be.
He will be.
Really,
Yeah.
Oh, he will be.
I mean,
Absolutely.
come on.
Chewie was, or Chewie will be.
Yeah, you can count on that shit.
But you could get Chewie.
Yeah, but that doesn't really make a difference.
Well, other characters that were marquee,
Ray
they didn't
was.
stop them. Yeah, they didn't stop them with all the other.
What, 10% possibly at the most of a regular guild is going to be able to get this?
Yeah. That's the way it is. Platoon. So last platoons, we couldn't even get any of the squadron ones filled out because every single one required either like a Xanadu Blood or an IG 2000. Sorry, yeah, it was all. Wait, which one was it? Last time was light side, right? What was the light side ship? There was another ship. No, it was dark side when that one came out. All of them had Xanadu Blood, like 2 TBs ago. It was silly. We couldn't fill out a single squadron. Like, I mean, that's what they do. Whenever a character is released before the start of a TB, it'll be then eligible for the 4th phase and 5th and 6th. So, yeah, get ready for Revan in your squadrons. And then, here's the best part. If you're not in a whale guild, then the few people that actually have it then have to put it in platoons and can't even use it for battles.
That's right.
Well, unless you just don't fill out platoons anymore.
Yeah, then you just got to skip it.
If you got enough GP, you don't need to fill out platoons at all, man. I mean, seriously. So, again, it goes to that whole thing is it sounds like CG wants to consolidate guilds a certain way. I mean, and these are ways to do it. This is what they're doing. And it's unfortunately, this is the way it's going to move forward. If you stick with your guild, it's just going to be stressful. I mean, it's just...
Yeah,
I don't know what to say, man. It sucks. I mean, it really does. I hate.
It's causing people to care less about the game.
Yeah, exactly. No, and
like they're doing it to themselves.
You brought up a good point. I mean, you're not in a big. You guys are. What's your GP right now in the RSG?
162.
Yeah, so you still need to fill out platoons. I mean, it's like that's super important, and it's almost like you're getting penalized every single time a tune comes out because, you're going to see more of those pay-to-play tunes. It's not just Xanadu Blood. You're going to see like Xanadu Blood. You're going to see Sith Fighter. You're going to see IG 2000 now, right? I mean, and it's hard to keep up. And then you'll be dropping a few battles here and there if you don't fill out the platoons, and then the GP barely carries you to whatever star level you're getting, or you might miss it by, I don't know, 25 points or something like that, right? So it's just, it sucks. It sucks what they're doing, honestly. It really does.
And I agree with you. This isn't surprising, but it's disappointing.
Oh yeah,
they were making so much progress lately with trying to do things with the way communities were asking. They added like all the mod loadouts, and I mean they added a lot of things in game, which we gave them credit for. But this is just, I mean,
but it's like what Tit said though. I mean the mod loadout, like all that stuff is like, it was like deterrent, or it was like resource draining. Like I mean, remember when they made mods available? The first time they made mods available in the shipments, and you can buy it with build currency for the ship, and then bam, they release ships 2.0, and it's like, surprise, you wasted all your stuff on mods. Here you go. And then they came out with mods 2.0, and it's like, surprise, mods suck now, go ahead and start slicing all your stuff, and then it's like the KOTOR characters are now free, and it's like, okay, so do I buy slicing material or do I buy refreshes for KOTOR, right? And then bam, right? And then Revan comes, or Chewie comes out, right? Now
I know, we've just been pissing in one hand, shitting in the other, not knowing what to throw first. We've just been running around with our heads cut off.
It's so bad.
We've been...
And again, nothing on the game changers, man, but it's like, there really has to be one game changer that just steps up and says, look what they're doing. It's bait, don't fall for it. I don't know.
I'm going back to finish my troopers off. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck this shit. I'm serious. I'm not even caring. I'm straight up.
Right. You stay on target, Tits.
Zeta somebody, man. I mean, remember they did the Yoda rework?
All of these characters too. Yeah, you're right.
Remember they did the Yoda rework, and everybody had made videos. Oh, Grandmaster Yoda lead is so great. It's great after this rework, and then bam, Bastila comes out. It's like, see you later. You just wasted a Zeta, right? Now Bastila, I mean, what? She was meta for 3 months, and then now Revan's coming out. He's probably gonna have 8 Zetas.
I feel sorry for the whales that have 7-star Bastila, and they have to buy all these packs that have Bastila and Joey tagged together, like they're a couple.
Yeah.
That sucks for them. That's what I'd be pissed about if I spent all this money on Treya and now I'm spending more money on Treya. Not on Treya, but on Bastila, and now I'm spending more on her.
Yeah. Just hoping to get the Jolie shards, but they already maxed out your.
That's some bullshit right there.
Bastila, right? It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible.
I would ask for half of the refund back. I already paid for a Bastila.
Yeah, but they know, man.
Yeah,
I regret doing the Zeta on shoot, I probably regret doing the Zeta on Chewie now. I mean, what? You wasted...
I did both of them.
I wasted 2 Zetas on that. I wasted a Zeta on Django lead. It's just bad. Horrible.
Addicts, it was cheap. He said it really thought it was cheap to bundle Jolie with Bastila. It really is. I feel bad for the people that spent and dropped how much is it to unlock a character 7 stars at 300? What was it, Loki? I've never done that, so I have no idea.
Yeah, it's got to be like 3.5 vaults.
So to spend that much money and have to do it, you can't just do that for Jolie. Now you have to get paid double to do that.
I feel bad that they're penalizing the people that wailed out on Bastila first, right?
So what Bimasu said about giving them back the advantage, actually they're milking you for more. I mean, they're really sticking it to you because they all have Bastila. So whatever. What's this other game you're playing, Finn? Tell me about this. Drop me a link. Man.
I'm playing Clash of Clans right now.
Isn't that the little cartoony game?
They're all cartoony games. What?
Tits, you can just come join me on Battlefront and we'll just go around braining people.
I am actually going to pick up more Battlefront, and I just bought all the DLC for Borderlands 2, and then I'm going to play Mega Man some. And I'm getting back into. I love HOTS and League of Legends, so I'm getting back into that.
We got
stuff.
Dungeons and Dragons playing. We got. We'll do Magic the Gathering.
Eleanor and I are trying to pick up Dota 2, by the way.
See?
Ooh, now I have not played Dota. I've played League of Legends and HOTS, but I've never played Dota, and I've always wanted to. Let's do that. No spending on SWGOH. Let's play Dota. Okay.
I'm not spending.
I
refuse.
Right there.
I'm going to give this as a service announcement though, just for everyone. That $6.99 pack that Loki was talking about. If you guys are trying to go for it without spending money, that's the pack you want to get. The crystals only $6.99 pack. Don't spend money.
Don't even use crystals. Just farm something else, guys. Seriously.
Imperial Troopers, if you're like me and haven't done them yet.
Go finish everything else up.
I have nothing else.
And the Ewoks. I've got to do. I've got so much to work on.
Yeah, just go work on this other shit. God dang. Finish your bounty hunters. Get ready for Tree to come back around. Do other shit. Don't.
Especially if you're lucky enough to already have Treya, you don't need. You're fine. Just farm something else.
Seriously, don't even get the packs that are $6.99, guys. Get some other shit. Seriously.
Buy some chromiums.
Yeah.
Just for fun, just for some chromiums.
God.
Buy that discount energy pack. I wonder how much that thing's selling, man.
God.
Who the hell buys that, man?
I don't know.
It's another whale pack. The only people that it's worth getting for are the ones that are spending at least 200 crystals on refreshes in regular energy or Cantina. If you're not doing the 200s, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't even. Fuck, man. I saw that thing pop up today. I think they're still advertising it in the game, and I go,
yeah, it's once a week or something that it shows up.
What it is, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it is. Man.
Yeah, we poo-pooed that damn pack a while ago. So we even did the math on it.
The Citadel pack look really good nowadays, man. They gotta bring that stupid pack back,
There's certain packs. Don't again.
Rhodium pack.
Oh, that was the best pack ever, man.
Yeah, it was actually. That was a good pack. When there are good packs, we give them credit for good packs. But this other shit, fuck you, CG. I'm not buying it anymore.
John Moran wrote, question, what 15 devs have joined and hit the dislike button?
Probably all of them.
All of them.
16 now. Go ahead.
How many people work at CG? It's 15, right?
It's like 50 people.
I've already pegged a couple of the people, the comments in chat. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a CG dev right there. Yeah. They even have a corny name like a CG dev would have. I'm just kidding. Love you guys. That's so mean.
No, nothing more you can do. They've already given us a dislike.
Yeah, what are they gonna? They're gonna stop talking to us? Oh wait,
they already have.
They're not going to help us anymore. They never have. Carrie's the only one that ever gave us the time of day.
I know. I feel bad for her, the shitstorm that she's going to have.
And I love Carrie. I think she's amazing. I've always loved Carrie. And she's had our back as best she could. But the rest of that company...
Well, it's actually not individually her. It's like the whole group as a whole. Everybody that has to come together and make decisions, just make better ones. That's all you can say.
So during their live stream and stuff, I was having fun with Crumb and Rydigs as well.
This isn't about them as people.
It isn't about them. It's the business decisions. I've mentioned it before. I've bought other games. I have no problem spending money.
Sure.
The problem is that the management of this game has been off. And it's been like this for a while. That's why I stopped spending on this game. I don't know what it is. It's like they can't figure out the proper way to make decisions. And maybe it's because it's a freemium game where they have to constantly generate revenue versus kind of another game where you play up front and then you just pay, right? Mm-hmm. But I've spent money in Clash of Clans and that's a free game. They have some really cool packs, by the way, where you can buy something for your entire clan. Like they can click on it and get extra crystals and all kinds of
you know what? That's the one thing that in every other game that I've actually spent money in, you would join a guild or an alliance, and when you bought a box or a pack, you could share benefits with your guilds.
Mm-hmm.
You got special things, and I've always wondered why SWGOH didn't do that.
I have no idea. Every time it shows up in Clash of Clans, I pretty much buy it. It's like $10, and then everyone in the guild gets a piece of it. Like the first 15 people or so can click on it.
Yeah, just little things like that. Yeah, I think I'll download it and check it out.
I mean, they're not. This game hasn't really ever catered itself to the little spenders. They've always catered itself to the large spenders. That's why you need like $300 or $400 in order to get a character. Now, even that is down from what it used to be, where you were forced to get it through Chromiums or whatever. But
sorry, these comments in chat are killing
I know
me.
they're
so funny. You can't spell Revan without revenue.
There you go.
And then Addicts Mathmas. Hey, if there's any CG devs here, please hit me up. I feel like my investment in this game warrants a conversation. Any other investment where I spent this much would contact me monthly for input.
I mean, I've online spent a lot of money for this game. You know, I mean, through donations, but that's what a lot of my own personal money I did back in the day. There's a lot of Chromiums, bad pulls. Oh God.
Blackbeard Premium. Are you Captain Blackbeard? Is that Captain Blackbeard there?
Captain
I can't
Blackbeard,
tell.
Arr.
Anywho. All right. Are we going to keep going or are we going to move on?
To what? All the news about
I think
Revan.
we should just boycott even talking about it.
Yeah.
Done.
all right. So I'm gonna give a quick summary.
You're dead
then.
to me, Revan.
Okay. So I'm gonna give a quick summary about everything, and then we can just go to questions and Twitter responses. How about that?
Yeah.
I did have a whole agenda and everything put out too.
Yeah,
But we figured this was
going
gonna
to
happen.
go down the damn toilet, you know. So
Yeah. Okay. So meta report, everything is pretty much the same at this point.
Yeah,
there is CLS is now number 3. I'll put that out there. CLS is number 3. He's overtaken Bastila. So it looks like I know Loki wasn't a fan of the Chewie team, but it seems like Chewie team is kind of making its way up on certain arena shards. As CLS lead is number 3. Everything else is pretty much par for the course in terms of the lead. Django is hanging out at number 10. So that's pretty much the meta report. Looking at the Zeta report, gonna take a quick check to see where Chewie is. And let's see. He's not on page 2. Check page 3. And scrolling through page 3, I don't see him on page 3 at all. He's probably going to be a page 5 character anyway, just because people don't have him, and this is being done on volume.
or using
but
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there are people using him at least, or it hasn't been logged into GG because I don't see a Chewie anywhere. So There you go. So no Chewie. So Zeta report I think still is kind of old. It's not updated for a while. So there you go. That's the Zeta report. Now other stuff. Despite the fact that there's issues with the Revan, they put another post out there that actually kind of shows how they created the whole Revan character and the design and stuff. It's kind of cool that they're showing the kind of the back end stuff about how they create the animation, how they create the design. If only they created the correct Revan, maybe all of this could have been better.
Right, you know, I mean, they're amazing work. I think animators are incredible, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way they design some of the backgrounds and everything, that the battles and everything are going to happen on, like, they're really cool. Yeah, so fix Revan, then everything else will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. Then they had another post on October 5th, which was, they said, updated known issues to October 8th. I think they put the wrong date or something there. But they have some issues that they're working on. There's a visual bug that they're working on with regards to OT Chewie. They have a character with the crit damage from thermal detonators is incorrectly triggering R2's unique with combat analysis, so they're fixing that. And then guild events, some people didn't receive their special mission rewards in the previous territory battles, and they're trying to figure out what they can do to compensate for that. So those were the known issues that they're working on. If you're in a non-heroic guild in particular, they put a post regarding the Sith Triumvirate raid changes. So they changed everything with regards to the health and all that stuff in order to make it a little bit easier. So if you go to the forums and you find that there's a post basically asking for feedback on the recent Triumvirate changes. So if you guys want to fill that out, you can just go to the forums, find the thread, and then just comment in terms of answering a few questions just as to what your GP of your guild is, what tiers did you try, how did you feel that it changed, and so on and so forth. So you can review that as well. There was a server update on the 4th that kind of was just adding some things with regards to mod challenges and fixing a crash issue. So basic server update. And then earlier today there was a content update. And the content update was regarding Sith Fighter is now in Fleet Hard Node 3E. And of course, you're going to be farming that instead of any of the other stuff, like Bastila or Jolie or anything like that in Fleet, right? Because that's the most important stuff. So farm your Sith Fighter, because Sith Fighter is like the greatest ship ever. Then you have all the bundles and stuff that came in, including the $6.99 Crystal Pack. And one of the fixes that they make, if you guys saw it, there was a picture of the Night Sisters with a zombie basically soloing phase 1 of the raid.
Word.
And it's because Nihilus was copying negative stats. And so they made a fix where Darth Nihilus in the raid will no longer copy negative stats with Annihilate. This will prevent Nihilus from copying Night Sister Zombies' negative speed with the Darth Nihilus raids and the Darth Nihilus with 0 speed. So that is now gone. And one last post is regarding marquees. And so we had the whole slew of marquee events, and everyone was getting annoying, and I figured out what to do with legendaries and all the panic farms and all that stuff. So CG Carey responded to this a couple of days ago, and she's saying, since you're highlighting a specific thing I said, I wanted to clarify. I did not mean to imply that we changed our schedule based on the reaction to this year's marquee hard node farms. When it comes to characters, the work that goes into planning, building the assets, cutscenes, approval takes months, and we can't change the style of the event quickly. The comment about understanding the front loading of marquees and trying to address it will result in changes to next year's calendar, and where we can, things like Django rewards. What Chewie, Revan, and the rest of the year are what they are planned to be 6 months ago. We just have more new info about what works and what doesn't. Which means, Ranger, they've been planning this Revan, the Jedi Revan, for 6 months.
Fuck CG.
I already got a new game from chat. I'm done.
Which one are you doing?
Rise of Civilization, I guess. I'm trying.
I'm telling you, Clash of Clans is fun. It's just a fun micromanagement game.
I'm gonna try out Clash of Clans, and I'm gonna try out that Rise of Civilizations, because they said it's kind of like Civ 5, but in phone way, in the phone. I guess you can play it on the phone. Which I love Civ, so.
Yeah, I mean, we can have to definitely find other games to play.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, Fortnite is on mobile.
You know what, guys? Instead of buying all this shit for Revan, just help us go raise money for cancer. Just do it. Why not? Just do something productive.
That's true. We are trying to raise money in order to go to Run Disney, in order to do a run for the American Cancer Society. So if you guys are able to, of course, we would really appreciate any help. Our first step is to make sure that we can get over to Orlando, and the run is in April. So we have the GoFundMe. The Nightbot is putting it in the link, and if you don't see it, refresh the YouTube page, and you'll see it in the description of the YouTube video as well. And there's a link to the GoFundMe. It's gofundme.com/rsg-charity-run. And so if you go to rsg-charity.run, you'll be able to see it. And there's actually a list of different things that you can actually get as a result of it. One of which, which I'll tell you right now, is $25 if you donate, and you'll get exclusive pictures from the event when we go. So if you donate $25, and you have to select which one you want, because there's a few different options. The $10 one is gone. That was for when Ranger was doing the Bounty Hunter event. $20 ticket for McVenom's roster review. We had that up for September. We'll put that up for October too. We have to figure out when we're doing your roster review again.
Oh my gosh, you guys would be so proud of me. I remodded. I am up in the top 50 in Arena.
Ooh.
And I could easily break into the top 20 easily. I just, it's been so crazy with with the hurricane and all the preparations and all that stuff. So it really helps, the yelling and the screaming with me.
So we'll yell at her again in October. So we'll tell you when that's coming as well. And then if you want another $25, then you can get exclusive access to only particular pictures that we'll give to those that do it on the GoFundMe. And so it'll only be until the GoFundMe closes. And so now is the time if you want to get it. I'll help you mod characters. I helped somebody else remod 5 characters earlier this morning. And I think he's in the chat. Joyson was in the chat. So I helped him. And then also, if you would like, we're creating a ACS page for RSG as well. So American Cancer Society has a page that we'll be linking to you guys here soon once we get the travel stuff completed. And if you guys want a story or anything like that because it's affected you, then let us know and we'll put that in there as well.
Yes, cancer has affected all of us in some form and fashion. So we want to do our part by running a half marathon.
All right.
Yes, we're going to do it. All right, I think we should have some fun. Let's get to the Twitter responses.
Okay, so the Twitter question is, if Revan comes into the game as light side only, which he appears to be doing, what are you hoping Ranger will do in anger? And we have some fun responses.
Well, we'll read them, and then the way we always do, we allow Tits to try to. She picks out her best one, and then we reveal who they were.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hear them.
So, first one. Since Ranger went Super Saiyan today, I hope he collects the 7 Dragon Balls to wish for CG to push back the Jedi Revan event for another month or so.
Kame. I think it'd be One Punch Man. That'd be great.
One Punch Man is awesome.
I love that.
Okay, next one. So angry that he'll actually start campaigning for Eternal Twins to be featured in the game.
Oh no. Oh no. Let's not make him angrier. Okay, next. Let's go next.
Speaking of which, somebody responded to that one, or even Porks. I don't think Ranger will ever campaign for Porks to be in the game. All right, next one. Have a daily Ranger rant until Darkside Revan comes out, and once Darkside Revan comes out, have 2 daily Ranger rants until the real one comes out.
That's my favorite so far. That was funny.
Check the old blood pressure on that one.
Then we have another one. Taking it dry. Thanks, CG. And he put the picture of EA slowly going and having somebody take it from behind.
What does the picture show?
Hold on. I'll put the picture in Skype for you. Yeah. There we go. That's the picture associated with the Twitter post.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my. Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. Okay.
All right. Then we have the next one that just says, I'm just going to leave this here and then post this picture.
It's a picture of Hulk smash, guys.
Yep,
it's
Hulk
got
smash.
incredible, like all mad and veiny.
Puny God.
God, the next one. Okay, I think the next one may be my favorite. Next one, Ranger will quit school, drive to Sacramento, and live at CG headquarters until they rescind their idiocy. Under California law, I think if he makes it his de facto residence, they can't legally evict him.
Oh my God.
Word? Is that true? Loki,
That's my favorite one.
Loki, that's a California law. See if you can look that up for me, homie.
Gosh, could you imagine him there with like a craggly beard and he's living in a tent outside of CG?
With just a sign.
With a boycott revenue. We're calling him revenue, by the way. He's not going to be Revan anymore. He's revenue.
He's revenue.
With a boycott revenue sign.
Hey, T-Money's in chat. See if she wants to join us in our madness. Let's invite T-Money in here.
She's CG. She's probably staying way away from this now.
Nope.
Probably like, I will just stay right here and listen.
I'll add her. You can see.
Come on, T.
All right.
Come on, man.
Next one. It just says epic rant, epic rant with exclamation points.
Hercules.
Maybe T Money will let Ranger play with the test Revan that she's got anyway.
God. I wouldn't even do that. It would just piss me off even more.
I feel like she could be the rebel.
Force Hill, what the fuck is this shit? Green lightsaber, what the fuck is this shit?
What?
He's just picturing what's going to happen if he plays the dev account.
Sis character, what the fuck is this shit?
He's preemptively ranting now.
What's that?
He's
Ranger, just real quick, was he like consider? I mean, okay, so he's considered a Jedi, but did he have the mask already, or he?
No, he didn't. He wasn't even called Revan when he got into the Mandalorian Wars.
That's what's so weird. He's not wearing the mask when he's Jedi. So
he wore it at the tail end of the Mandalorian
He wore
Wars.
it after they
They had committed genocide and stuff. So I mean, that's
what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he wore that in honor of the Mandalorian woman that gave her life to try to stop the Mandalorians that were wiping out people on that planet. And he came up, found out, and basically wiped out the Mandalorians in that place for it. But I mean, there's so much they're getting wrong in this. He wasn't even called Revan when he was a Jedi. Because when he went into the Mandalorian Wars, and this is what they're talking about. Have you ever heard of the Mandalorian Wars? Yeah. Have you?
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's like they made their own character. It's funny.
But they even said we didn't have any reference. Like, that's fucking why.
Well, if they can do this to Revan, I don't understand why they can't make snakes on a plane Mace Windu. I'm just saying that right now. That is my wish. I want snakes on a plane Mace Windu.
I want Jules Mace.
Jules
That's what I want,
with a motherfucking wallet. Bad motherfucker.
I don't know why you guys.
Which one's your lightsaber?
Shaft Mace Windu. What the hell?
Which one's your lightsaber? The one that says "bad motherfucker" on it. There it is. That's my bad motherfucker.
I still
Give
like
me a Shaft Mace Windu right now.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
funny, man. I didn't even think about that. I mean, they just made up this character, man. I mean, the colors are like wrong. And then, like, so for example, right? You know, for anybody that collects the Star Wars figurines,
I just got.
They came out with They came out with a Black Series. Revan.
I've got it.
Yeah, and he's got 2 lightsabers, right?
Yeah, you know, like,
and they're purple and red.
Right. No white in there whatsoever.
Yeah, and he's got the black cloak, and he's got the red armor, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man.
I love our fans. Somebody just messaged me the California law for squatting. So I'm putting it in Skype for you, Ranger.
Nice.
Squatters' rights law in California.
Oh, that's in San Francisco,
nice.
too. That's really bad.
Oh, that's in San Francisco. Well, I need Sacramento, because city ordinance is different in each city.
Oh, it just says California state law. There's some for San Francisco. We'll figure it out. You'll figure out a way to get you to squat.
Where I live in Anaheim, they actually got rid of all the homeless. They were hanging out outside of Angel Stadium, and then they got rid of them. So they put them in, like, I guess, government housing or something like that. But there isn't, like, squatters law anymore, like at least in Orange County. But
okay, now I have to. California is nice to the homeless. California, yeah, they love the homeless. I want that episode back on South Park.
Everybody's in chat going the long kiss goodnight Windu. They're picking the Nick Fury Windu. They're picking all these.
No, I want the Coming to America Mace Windu.
I know what I want. Mm-hmm. I want the Deep Blue Sea Windu, where he's monologuing and gets eaten by a shark.
Oh, shit.
No, we need the McDowell's.
I know, right?
It's the Coming to America one, man. Yeah. That's the best one.
Was Samuel L. Jackson in that movie?
Yeah, he's the robber.
He's the dude with the shotgun. Yeah.
Oh, yes, he was. Yes, I remember. Oh my gosh, that's going way back, man.
Oh my god,
I love
chocolate. Sexual chocolate.
Sexy chocolate.
Windu. All right.
I love our fans. If you guys aren't, you should head into our Discord.
That boy's good.
You just see what Kevin1 posted in the Discord. Kevin1 has been playing around with his Anakin doll, putting him in poses.
I know, I've seen that a while ago. It's awful.
No, did you see the one he just posted like a few minutes ago?
I don't want to see
He's got popcorn in his hand.
He's sitting down with popcorn in his hand.
Oh, okay, it's not a nude Chewbacca and him frolicking around. Okay.
No. he has his Anakin with popcorn just listening to your rant.
Okay, good.
Oh, we need Die Hard 3 Mace Windu. Zeus. My name is Zeus, motherfucker. I throw a lightning.
Okay, let's get back to the Twitter.
Zeus, like the Greek god Zeus. I love that shit, man. That was a great movie too.
God. Okay, let's get back.
Oh my gosh, the best one, the Django Windu.
Django, you.
The Django. When he gives the stink eye. I know
he's gonna sleep in the big house.
I don't know what it is. that mean old man stink eye. I like it.
God.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Back to Twitter responses.
Again.
Okay, next one. I hope that Ranger will go completely off the wagon and go forward on a diet strictly of Twinkies and Mountain Dew. After reaching 600 pounds, he'll be forced to live with Chef Finity as he'll no longer be able to venture on his own to the local 7-Eleven for set Twinkies.
And that's sad plan there.
You save a bath.
All right, next one. I hope he'll lay the triple mollywop on CG for their transgressions against our Lord and Savior.
I rained some blood and verbiage on those fools.
Because they don't pay for Revan.
Pay for this shit. I'm not paying for Revan. I don't care how badass he is.
Fern is the greatest plant ever. Okay, next one. Have a mental breakdown and believe he is actually Harry Carey.
Hi, everybody. I forgot about my rant tonight. Hey, what are we going to do about this Revan light side Jedi? Dr. Finn, I think CG smoking the old crack pipe today. You know who we need to get on this? Obama. Think about it. Obama will get up there and do his speech, and then we'll get the Revan that we deserve. There's nothing he can't do.
All right. Next one is purchase a Tonka truck to haul away the discharge from his sandy vagina.
Oh my gosh.
Ranger for to kill you.
Not really, because they didn't say it right.
What's the best way to say it?
Wipe the sand off your clit.
Ooh, so vulgar.
I told you.
Yeah, because we haven't been vulgar this stream at all. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know, we've been dropping mofos all over the place.
All right, next one. The fact that CG are dropping this bullshit on us is enough for Ranger to do something regardless of him possibly being light side only. And then last one. Hold on, let me see. One of these is being flagged as possibly offensive, so I have to show it. Oh, look at that. Okay. Actually turn into Voltron and use his big ass sword to stab the living MFing shit out of CG.
Oh my god.
Hey, four blazing sword.
That's my favorite.
That's a good call.
Cute. It's cute.
And then the last one, delete Arnold T101's YouTube account.
Oh. Is there something about that? Because I've seen that a couple of times.
He said he was going to delete his YouTube account if Grievous didn't get a rework this quarter.
Oh well. Bye-bye.
All right. So, which three are your favorite?
Oh my gosh. The picture ones.
Both of them?
I do. I think they were both funny. Yeah. Okay. I like both of those. I like the Voltron one, and the Voltron, and I do like the Sandy Vagina one too.
Okay.
So I have four.
Okay.
My favorite. I don't know. I can't pick a favorite.
No, you can pick top four. That's fine.
Okay.
Alchie said you missed hers, Finn. Alchie said you didn't read hers.
I did. Alchie was so angry that he'll eventually start campaigning for Eternal Twins to be featured in the game.
Yeah, that was good.
May.
She outed herself.
She did that on purpose, so I had to hear that bullshit again.
Yeah.
Alchie?
No, she probably didn't hear it the first time.
You're very bad. You're a very bad woman.
She's not that manipulative. She didn't do that.
Okay. So the ones are. She also responded to the Sandy Vagina one saying, "I hate sand."
It's course it gets everywhere.
Okay.
That makes it better.
Purchase a Tonka truck to haul away the discharge from his Sandy Vagina was done by our friend, good old Maurice.
Of course.
The Hulk smash picture was by Hagar.
Nice.
The EA taking it from the backside one was done by Fatality V2.
Oh, of course, that makes a lot of sense.
That was so funny.
And then the last one, do you have a guess? Actually turn into Voltron and use his big ass sword to stab the
Thane, maybe? I'm trying to think of somebody like really Hideous. Darth Hideous, maybe. Or
wow, you're way off. It was Bimasu.
Yep.
What?
I got it right.
B. Oh, girl, I love it. Go ahead.
Hey, that date might just happen now for you,
I'm
Bimatsu.
serious. It's going all bad boy on me.
He knows how to get you.
I'm serious, man. Reverting me back to high school, chasing the bad boys.
That's perfect. So you distract McVenom, and I'll get Mr. McVenom. It'll all work out.
You will be so happy.
All right. So those were our Twitter responses. So let's get to questions. Do you want me to put them in the chat in Discord, Tits? Where do you want me to put them?
It's easier. Discord's easier.
So give me 1 second here, so I'll grab a bunch.
Are you gonna number them like Red does, please?
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I will get them for you, numbered and everything.
Nice. He just does it so perfect and neat. It's easy to follow.
You realize he doesn't typically number them.
He does too. Shh.
Damn, she shushed your ass.
He did. But he doesn't.
Shh.
Hold on.
Just do the things.
I know, I'm doing my techie things. Hold on. I have to change all of this stuff now. Oh, I want this. I don't want it to be... Okay, let me ask the first question so you guys can start on it while I get the rest of it in here. So the first question is from Grand Admiral of the Republic. I'm free to play. As soon as KOTORs went free to play, I farmed all of their nodes and did triple refreshes on each one, including Cantina. I'm still over 150 shards away from 7-star on each tune. Is this a CG cash grab, or am I a sucker for thinking there was a shop for us at free-to-play rank 1 arena players?
Well, refer to my rant. I think that'll give you all the insightful information that you might need.
Put that question to Papa Diaz, because he keeps ranting in there about how it was easy to get if you were focused. So
yeah, it was.
Why don't you answer that there?
Yeah.
Why don't you answer that there, Papa? DG Dev Papa, whoever you are. Okay, come on, next one. I told you I drank whenever Ranger was cursing, so I'm kind of a little bit. Wait.
So now, wow, you must be really tipsy. Hold on. I'm getting all the things numbered for you. Okay, so they're all numbered. Now let me put this here. Okay, so now I'm copying this all the way down. All right, let's see if this works. And I need another one here to give you so you understand what the hell the question is. Hooray! God, you're making it so freaking complicated. Okay.
Oh, Papa's saying that he was able to do it free to play.
I'm sure he was, but he probably had a stash of crystals.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you had focused on KOTOR and didn't give a shit about anything else, yeah, I mean, you could.
Even then, you need about 30,000 crystals.
Right. You know, so I'm
assuming he bought $6.99 packs. He can tell me how he did it.
Skinny J, my guild leader, Skinny J, Jason in chat just says, "Would you like to join our guild, Papa D?"
No, seriously.
He's shameless. He don't care.
Straight up sniping.
He sure will.
All right, so I'm putting them in. See if this works. No, I have to put it in. God damn it! They're making this so freaking complicated. That all asking for numbered and stuff. Picky.
The 900 crystals a day.
Okay.
All right.
No. How many is it? 15? No. God damn it. There we go. No. What? Freaking.
All right. Where's Red? Where's he at?
It's actually telling me I can't post it because I don't share a common recipient with you. What the hell?
What are you talking? Go to stream questions.
I am. I'm trying to post it. It's not letting me.
Let's just post it.
Just put it in Skype. Just put it somewhere.
There we go.
There we go. Oh my gosh, this is a mess.
Not a mess. Just find the number. Then read. It's the person and then a dash and then the question.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll be glad when Red gets back because this is ridiculous. All right. Grand Admiral of the Republic. We already answered that question. Grand Admiral Republic question 2.
That was the second part. So
okay, you already answered that.
Hey,
all right.
Is Grande there? I just saw a Grande sighting.
Hey, Grande.
What's up? What's up? What's up, guys?
Hey,
It's
Grande.
your boy Grande Patron here. How's it
Really?
going?
Really? Say goodbye to Grande. Really? Awful Grande.
I caught a little bit of the stream. I had to help 3 kids with homework.
Yeah, this stream was not conducive to listening while you're helping your children.
No.
We were doing word pyramids and anagrams, and then we were working on art projects. And then I finally said, I'm taking the dog for a walk. My wife's like, that's a good idea.
Grande's like, all right, kids, today we're going to learn Ranger is a blank.
We're going to say, everybody, don't listen to that. Ranger's using mommy words.
And also join us, I think she sniped in, is the lovely Canadian herself, the maple syrup lover, T Money G.
Good evening, Ranger Red. How are you?
I'm furious.
You know what's going to make you more furious?
Oh, shit. What?
Oh.
So,
Are you making Revan mandatory in your guild?
I am. He's completely mandatory.
Why would you do that? Well, you guys have been working for a while.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. So I have been closely watching the free-to-play players in my guild to see if they're going to get Revan, because it would be the first legendary heroes character that I was thinking is not free-to-playable. However, I just got put in touch with a very strict free-to-play player who showed me his ridiculous spreadsheets, who is going to get Revan, not the first day, but probably like the 3rd or the 4th day that the event comes out. So
is he buying the crystal packs? So did he have a lot of crystals saved up?
He did. He said he knew at the beginning of this year that there was something big coming. And so he's been saving his crystals. And even after the event, and this is something that I said on one of our videos, and I got in a lot of fluff for it, is that like I said, like free-to-play players who are really good, I shouldn't have said that, like free-to-play players who are super prepared will always have 20 to 30,000 crystals. And he said after this is all said and done, he will still have 25,000 crystals in the bank. And so if the event's only like a few days, he'll be able to go and buy those packs.
I'm telling you, there's a bunch of players like that. The one caveat to this is, 2 or 3 of the free-to-play players, the very strict free-to-play players that are in my ships arena, went all in on Houndstooth. And so there were a couple of guys that had, 100,000 crystals, and they felt that without Houndstooth, they would not be able to make it into the top position. And so they spent on Houndstooth, and so they're a little behind. Some of them still think they might be able to make it, some of them don't. But you can kind of see why they made that call, right? If you got 100,000 crystals, if you have 100,000 crystals, and you can't make it into your position for Ships Arena, I could see why someone would have bought Houndstooth.
Well, the problem is the vast majority of free-to-play players are nowhere near that position.
Because I don't know that most free-to-play players have time to have spreadsheets that they're working on every single day and doing all this stuff with.
No, but it's crystals. Most free-to-play players haven't been able to get a lot of these tunes, but I wasn't upset, but I was just like in this place where it's like it's sad that even like the people who are putting that much effort into the game, because it's basically like they're paying for it, right? They're paying for it with their time. Mm-hmm. But I have an example of that, so that's funny to me.
But,
yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's funny that they put that much time and effort, and they're still kind of like hoping that they can get it, or like planning to get it the last day of the event. Whatever. Yeah, that's actually good information to know, though, that at least somebody is prepared enough for it. How do you feel about it? Can we ask you how you feel about it, like just from a personal standpoint? Are you allowed to say?
Oh, I can say whatever I want. Like with the event, or like what?
Everything.
Just about the whole revenue thing.
Oh, well, I mean, it's no secret that EA makes money off of video games. I don't know if people have heard that.
Yeah, they got in a lot of trouble for it too.
They're pretty notorious for it, yeah, and they're notorious. The one thing that I am worried about is that in the past, EA has just kind of close down games on with no notice, and that to me is it doesn't feel like that's the culture of this particular game, but that is a worry to me, just because of what we've had all of this stuff kind of coming at us and coming at us and coming at us. It feels like the end of times, now that Revan is here. That's honestly that's my one kind of tinfoil hat worry. But as far as before we got black marked with a game changer status, so I've been very outspoken. Marquee events, they are free tunes that you are getting, and the majority totally they're free tunes, and people are complaining, but just don't take them into the raid. 7-star tunes are fancy. I don't have a ton of those. I have way more. Well, no, I don't have way more geared tunes, but I have lots of geared tunes, but I haven't 7-starred a ton of my tunes, so it's never been a thing for me. Marquees are free tunes, and you don't get that in a lot of other games. Look how easy Basla was to gear, and look how useful Nest was at 3 and 4 stars. Those are those are gimmies. Chewy. Lots of people got Chewy at 5 stars, if not 7. So I think that there's a lot of things that were given in this game. If this character is not attainable by 99.9% of the population this time, well, I mean, you go up against Team Instinct now as a guild in TW, you're not winning. So what does it matter if they have 50 Revans? I don't know. A portion of my guild will get it because, some are very pay to play. But I don't know. I just think breathe, people. It's not a mandatory thing. Hopefully your guild leader's not making it mandatory. And, if it's not something that you have planned for, this crazy guy who's free to play, or not something that you want to spend for, then get it next time. Hopefully it's coming in February or something. I don't know. I don't know what the.
Yeah, it could be in February or March. A lot of people didn't get JTR. A lot of people are still working on JTR.
Hey, I got a third time.
There you go.
So if people don't get it the first time and they don't get it the second, there's a guy that still doesn't have her, who's got around a 2.5 to 3 million roster, and I'm like, dude, stop and go focus on them suckers. Come on, man. I'm like, this. She's been out 3 times now. Let's knock that sucker out. So you do have to be either uber focused, or you have to spend a little bit of money if you want the new shiny fancy at the top level right away. That's just how it rolls.
And there's a little bit more to it, though. We went all into it earlier, and Finn laid out a lot of really good reasons that it's still kind of fucked up. Sorry, but it is. The way they released it as a 7-star and not a legendary.
Here's the thing: is
after all the releases.
But they've done this before.
I know.
That's
not a defense, Grande.
The thing is, it's just coming more frequently.
No, they've done it before Grande, but not in this time frame. This time frame is worse than Ray, and it's worse than Thrawn.
It's definitely the tightest time frame for sure. At the same time,
they basically took the Thrawn time frame and put it on a JTR
and put it on a 7-star. But at the same time, we have we didn't have before Thrawn and that whole stressy thing. We didn't have an example of that, right? So we've had the KOTOR tunes came out, and you really had to make a choice, so and I'm trying to find this guy's profile, or his SWGOH profile, just to see if he has the solo tunes, for instance, because it was very likely that you had to make a very conscious choice. This is what I'm doing, and it's a roll of the dice. And hey, you know what? This game is for gamblers. It's a full of rolls of the dice. So sometimes we roll the dice and we don't get what we want, right?
The problem is, and I'm going to push back on the marquee shit, is that the problem is all these characters being released for all these groups, and it was in groups, right? And they're free tunes, but that also imply that there was other things that they were going to be needed for. Solo, KOTOR, the Chewbacca thing came out of nowhere. So you've got everybody going around with their head cut off trying to figure out what to work on, right? Because we were telling people, we'll work on Solo. They just came free to play. Possible something they're going to use for it, right? Looks like it's the event that gets,
Well, we knew that it was going to be Solo, or it was going to be Bounty Hunters, or it was going to be KOTOR, right? I mean, we didn't know it was going to be Bounty Hunters first, and then KOTOR.
Well, the Bounty Hunters kind of came out of nowhere, but I don't have a problem with that.
Come on. They reworked every Bounty Hunter. And they brought us 3
right, but
bounty hunters. That's not out of nowhere.
Well, they've reworked other characters and didn't have an event for them, Grandy. So you just can't say, well, they reworked bounty hunters, so thus the event was going to come because.
Well, let's think about factions that they reworked, right? So they reworked Night Sisters, and we got extra Night Sisters. They reworked Ewoks. We got extra Ewoks. They reworked First Order. We got extra First Order and a BB-8 event. So I'm trying to think of a faction that they reworked, and then we were like, wah, wah, and we didn't get anything.
Night Sisters.
Night Sisters got
but that was because they're buggy in the raid.
Right. But I mean, the original rework, we got Mother Towson, and we got Spirit, and we got Zombie out of the deal. Right? Ewoks, we got Wicket, Logray Paploo out of the deal.
No, they never rework anything without giving you something.
Yeah, I've never seen a time where they haven't reworked them and then made you need to use them for something.
The point that I'm making is that all these new characters going in so many different directions, you can't focus unless you did like the Tits said the guy did. He focused on that. But what are you missing out on? And that's not counting gear or anything else. That's just the characters themselves.
Absolutely. We have no idea how hard this event's going to be. We could probably say it's going to be harder than Thrawn. We could probably say it's going to be easier than Chewbacca. Just as an idea.
But it's a blatant cash grab. It's a blatant cash grab, and you can tell by
it's all a blatant cash grab.
No,
it's a microtransaction mobile game. I mean, that's what.
No, but come on.
Come on, there's a way to.
Come on, y'all.
The people who work for the company, people who work for
cash grab. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say the people who work for the company are lovely, but the bottom line is that it's like a massive. Of course, they have responsibility to the company to make money. I've never been under the I want them to make the game sustainable, and I've from playing Marvel Strike Force, which it was such a abusive relationship. I shouldn't say that. It was such a horrible relationship with the company. There was no accountability. They were throwing these crazy situations where people from all over the world would have to gather and spend 2 hours together at 10 o'clock in the morning my time, 2 a.m. in the morning for somebody else. It was just completely insane what they were asking people to do, and just forcing the money out of you, just sucking it. And so this game feels like it's much intended to be much more sustainable over the long term. But I mean, let's be honest, it's a choice. We choose to spend on this game, and there are people who do it. And that's my point in saying that there are people who do it who are free to play. I cannot do that. I am a pay to play person. In my real life, I do not have spreadsheets. I do not have a budget. I spend too much money on things that are not good for me spending money on. I am perfect for this game, as a consumer. But
that's inherently kind of what the problem is with this, T. It's that the people that are going to spend money would have spent money anyways. By restricting the time frame, you actually made it so those low-level spenders, your dolphins, your minnows, your goldfish, they're way too far away from even getting Revan to 7-star. And so you're exceeding how much money you need to spend.
Ronnie, don't come up. Sorry.
No. Okay, hold on. So the marquee event comes in. You could spend $10 and you can get 30 shards, right?
Okay, so wait. Before you move on, remember that there's 5 characters. So now you're asking them to spend $50. So keep in mind how much you're asking them to spend. Right now you're up to $50.
No, you're not. No, you're not asking them to spend $50. The reason why you're not, the reason why you're not is because 2 of them became free to play much earlier than the other ones.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that they came out earlier. You're asking them to buy the $9.99 pack. You're asking them to buy it at the time of the release of the marquee. You have no idea when the remaining characters are coming. So either you're buying the $9.99 pack when the Bastila marquee is out and the Jolie marquee is out, or they're not buying it. Like, you can't bring up the $9.99 pack afterwards saying that, well, Mission, Zalbar, and
if you're a low spend player, right, and you're not out there spending, tens of thousands of dollars a year, I have always advocated that the 4 cash pack is a good deal.
Which is fine. So now you're asking them to spend $50. That's what I'm saying. You're on 5 characters.
But here's the deal: if you bought the $10 packs, then you can have Bastila and Jolie to 7-star and not need to buy the other packs.
What world are you living in, Grande? What are you talking about?
No, you really can't, Grande, unless you spend crazy amount of crystals.
I'm there. I have them at 7-star.
But you're at the end where what else were you?
You're saying you have them at 7-star. How did you get them to 7-star?
I farmed the nodes.
How many times?
I refreshed them. I refreshed both nodes once every day. So I didn't refresh the ship's nodes at all, and I double refreshed the regular nodes.
So you double refresh. So now on both of them, so now you're spending 150 crystals there, plus the what? How many energy refreshes?
So you can get it done in the 2. You can get it done in the 2 refreshes, and then you just slow roll Zalbar, which is what I did. So I'm doing 3x50s. So I'm spending 400 crystals a day, 450 crystals a day.
On just that. Now what about Cantina?
I spend a regular 3.
Okay, so now you're up to 750 crystals a day.
Yeah, but I gain more than that every day.
You do.
You do.
If you're an Eastern payout and you have a rotation of 10 people in your arena payout, and you have 5 people in your fleet, you're not getting that many crystals every day.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not.
Don't let 10 people into your. Don't let 10 people into your shard chat. What are you doing, letting 10 people into your shard chat?
It's not a choice.
Then you spend more on refreshing if you don't.
2 people in my shard chat, and I will be like, I don't know about this. Like, don't let 10 people into your shard chat. No. This is.
We actually have.
We removed someone from our shard chat. We were like, bro, if you can't make it every day to your spot, do the best you can. You're not in rotation anymore.
99.5% of the population, Grande, does not get that many crystals a day from both. Sorry, that's just a fact.
I mean, that's what you have. That's what. Yeah.
Who's your data keeper, Grande? Who's your data?
Damn it, data keepers.
I'm my own data keeper.
The thing that he brought up a good point. Yes, it's always been a cash grab. This is a game, and then you made reference to another game, but. Just because another shitty game is shitty, I still expect this game to be better based on the way the devs present themselves, as this game is about more than just the cash grab thing. And the cash grab has always been there. It's always been about money. We all know that. But right now, the way it's so fast, so much stuff in your face, and then the dangling all these other things and kind of like making you spend your resources and then releasing it like this, I just feel like it's more of a cash grab. I've been playing this for a while now, and it feels a lot more progressively more crash grabby in your face now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what the big thing is. It's not so much that it's different, it's just more right now.
But I mean, how are you entitled to a 7-star the first time
You're not. We're
not asking for a 7-star.
We're not saying it's 7-star. We don't think you should get a 7-star first time around. We're saying, why didn't they release it as a legendary? And
because they want to have 3 more versions of Revan in the game.
I know, and that's fucking bullshit too. You know,
I think one of the things. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I predicted that, right? I predicted 3 Revans, right? 2 Revans at least, light side.
We all did. I didn't even know.
I mean, it's not who he is. I mean, it's not. Nobody in the fan base was like, make sure you split Revan up into 3 things, even though it doesn't even make sense for his character. Fucking
we
dumbasses.
Have 6 cons.
Something we have to realize.
You didn't think we'd have 3 Revans?
Well, no. Well, then why don't we have Jedi Master Kreia? I mean,
he's our guest.
Do we have a Darth Kreia?
Let T-Money go.
Okay.
Just one of the things that I think we're getting a lot of attrition in our guild right now. We're very high performing competitive guild, and you have to be either a little whale or started up in the first year to play with us, really. And so lots of people retiring, a few people going to casual guilds. And I think that part of and this has not been said to me at all, but I think that part of the intention with this is that it's for, I hate calling them elder players, but it's for elder players. It's for, can you imagine being in Team Instinct and doling out the hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars that they do, and then beating the Sith raid the first time? That's boring, man. You're done. I don't know. There's TW, so that's continually competitive. But if you're just beating the game mode the first time around every time, that doesn't feel like a very fun game to me. I think that people are, if you got 6-star Chewy, you should be proud. If you got 7-star, it's whoa, you probably fought a lot to get that, and you can be proud of that. If it takes you 6 months to get Jedi Revan, and then you can get Darth Revan right after, however they're going to roll it out, it's going to be a tune that you feel like is worth something. So I think for me, I personally need stuff as a guild leader to retain my people. And part of it is that they're bored. TW is the only interesting thing for us right now. We don't care about anything else.
That's content, not characters. That has nothing to do with characters.
Well, Revan there's an aspect of Revan that is
he's just
all the farming and everything that you got to do to get him.
The farming is one thing, but
okay, let's ask T the most important question here. Which Mace Windu do you want to see in the game? Because I am a fan of Shaft Mace Windu.
Shaft Mace Windu. A combination of Mace Windu and Range Trooper. That's the one I want to see, right? With hair like Lando.
Somebody said
line dancing Mace Windu.
Somebody said it's not Jedi Knight Revan. It's actually Mace dressed up, and he's gonna come and kick the crap out of Django.
I think Ranger would explode through the computer at that point. There's an attack where Revan removes his mask and it's Mace Windu. I want to see that now. That would make this all worthwhile. Please do that.
It's Mr. T. I pity the fool that wears pink lavender pumps. God.
All right, T. Or Tits. Let's go to Tits. Let's go through more questions here.
Yeah.
We have 50 of them. Most of them are about Revan.
I think we answered the hell out of those.
So we'll just go through them really quick.
David Rodriguez, if Revan is to counter Traya, what ability can you see on Revan?
Well, every time you counterattack against Traya, don't you lose 10% health? So you're probably going to have something that's a direct counter, which means every time you counterattack under Revan, you gain 10% health. So you're going to negate her leader right away. Right?
There you go. Next question.
That would be super easy. Just like how Rolo negates Palpatine, because Palpatine is negative potency, and then Rolo is positive potency. So effectively, you've negated the potency increase against rebels with Palp.
Next question.
All right. Where's that? Thank Kyrell. Question for Finn. If I got to refund all my RSG donations, would I have enough to get Revan?
Nope.
No, you wouldn't, probably. Sorry.
Actually, he may.
He might.
I know he doesn't want to know how much you donated.
Caligula. Pippin Pacadocaloxapilus or whatever. I've given this game over 3 years of my life and have been a devoted player, and I mean every single day. Question, I can't afford to get Revan because of my family obligations. Seriously, given that CG disrespectfully gave us free-to-play players no chance to get Revan, is it time to quit this game?
I'm thinking about it.
We just kind of talked about that.
No, it's not. No, it's not
Don't
time
quit.
to quit.
Well, no, don't quit.
Come on.
Maybe not for you. Not for you. Maybe not for you,
this
but
is the response.
Come on,
if it's
son.
not fun,
it's not
then
fun.
find your joy. But if you're
Yeah,
still
wait for him to have a
having
really, really good kit
Okay.
and then quit the game.
Right.
Yeah, play. If
I think it's
fun.
a perfect way of saying it. Tits, like if find your joy. If this is not fun for you anymore, find your joy.
I mean, that's the way I play it.
It's
I'm
the
playing
game.
it right now because I like the guild. I have fun trying to, beat certain members of my guild in certain ways. And it's just, that's my fun, playing and talking with the guys here on RSG. But once it becomes more aggravating and frustrating than fun, then I'll quit. I mean, that's just simplest way to put it. If it's not fun anymore, then don't play. If it's still, you can get a little bit of fun, just don't go so hardcore and just enjoy it the way you can.
The drama is fun though. I mean, it's fun, like we had there's all the puzzles and then this and then that and then what's a ranger gonna do? Ranger's gonna freak out, it's all fun. I mean, this game, we're passionate about it. Do you think people are like, oh my god, do you hear what happened in Candy Crush last week? No, right?
Well, we're not in the Candy Crush community, so I don't think that's a fair assessment.
True.
I have one more boss left in Mega Man 11 before I start to go into the Wily Castle. So
Word?
I'll let you know when I start crushing Finn in Clash of Clans.
You're not going to join me?
Why would I do that when I can play against you?
Well, you can't really force going against someone.
Yes, do it. Kill him. Do it now. Kill him. Kill him, Tits.
Kill
Fuck him
them
up.
all.
Kill him.
Let's see. Brad's SWGOH, isn't greed a Sith characteristic? CG isn't turning into a Sith Lord?
Let me see. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah. RSG Vormax. What if Revan's kit is so OP that Ranger J has to regret today's rant? I was trolling Finn during the lunch stream. Now I'm going to troll Ranger.
You can troll me all you want.
I don't
This ain't
care
going to change
how
a damn
OP it
thing
is.
about my opinion.
You will care. Yeah. Doubt you will care.
This has nothing to do with his kit. We don't even know his kit. That has nothing
Jedi
to do
Revan
with
can
what
suck
we're
my
saying.
ass.
He's gonna have 8
And look
Zetas,
at-
man. I told you.
Yep.
And look
8
at your
Zetas.
shard too.
Nah, he's gonna have. Come on, we already know what heroes do. Hero journeys have 3 Zetas, and I just told you, a possibility for his kit. We know he's gonna get probably Wicked Turn Meter, right? We know he's gonna have some kind of locked buff or locked debuff that is new that we've never seen before. I mean, these are the kind of way we do the way he works. We also know how he's going to have synergy with the Old Republic characters. So he's probably going to make some kind of Yoda, Bastila team work even better than it does right now.
Right.
I mean, this is not hard to predict. I mean, I'm not saying I know exactly how it's going to work, but you can get a general idea. The guy has the name Jedi in his name. Who do you?
Oh
think
God,
he might
why?
work
Which
Why-
that
why,
why would you
Grande?
do that?
Why?
Stop. That is exactly what he's so upset about. Let's not trigger.
All right, we're skipping that. We're gonna pretend like the last 15 seconds didn't happen.
Man.
I told you, bro. 3 versions, man. 3 versions.
All right, I'm moving on. Dark Side Ranger. Ranger, should we join CG? We can rule the galaxy together and lick CG's tits. Let's give it to the dark side. EA greed. Unleash your anger.
Tear their ass off.
Who is this Dark Side Ranger? J99.
He's the opposite to our Jedi Ranger.
I know, but I kind of want to know who. I mean, he's obviously a pseudonym for someone else. He's a.
So we have Jedi Ranger on the stream and Dark Side Rangers in the chat.
I'm not
Maybe
either.
Already...
I represent both sides. I am Revan in this world.
I think it's Grim.
Nah.
Joyson, do you guys think we will be getting double drops before the Revan event, or this will only be a Kraken only character?
We already got double drops. We got double drops the whole way along because they let you refresh the freaking thing for 50 crystals less, and they increased the number of hard nodes from 5 to 8. You've already had double drops.
All right.
I think we're still getting double drops, but during the event, not before.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Morgan, can Finn play devil's advocate? He actually tried and he couldn't. So
no, I couldn't. I didn't even bother trying in this one. This is every time I looked at any kind of numbers in order to justify it, they released it too quickly for a 7-star. There's nothing more to it. They forced a panic farm intentionally, which is fine. If they want to make money and cater towards all the heavy money spenders, that's fine. They're negating all the people that
No,
think they
they're
have
not.
a chance of getting
Yes,
it.
they
if
are.
How
spend
many
20
how many times how many things have they done that are better for free to plays? The entire Mods 2.0 benefits free to plays
bullshit. I'm calling
Come on.
bullshit on that.
No way. Come on. How
No,
many
so,
people
Grande,
sorry,
I'll say
Grande.
this. I don't
Sorry.
disagree with you about mods, but that was really, really stupid to begin with. Even as a free-to-play, I'm telling you right now, Mods 2.0 was stupid as hell.
Well,
I love
There was no reason why you need to upgrade all of your mods to 5A. All it does is ruin the whole system that you had for the previous year and a half. It was stupid as hell.
And I'm telling you, letting you farm 8 nodes for no crystal refresh helps the free-to-play.
That helps everyone. That helps all the pay-to-play that are doing extra refresh.
You remember back in the day? When it helps free-to-play more because the pay-to-play guy would just buy crystals. Come on. You cannot tell me whenever I tell you something that you get something for free that it does not help free-to-play. Hence, free is in the name.
But you would get the same. Everyone gets the same
Right.
thing.
No. But
What do you
here's
mean
the deal.
no?
You could look. A pay-to-play player can do 8 nodes a day. All he has to do is just open up his credit card and do 8 nodes. Everyone else got 8 nodes.
So now I can do 8, but you can do 16. What difference does that make? You would still get double.
What are
You would still
talking
spend
about?
crystals to get double the amount I would. I just get more at the beginning. You get double that.
I think the
I
dog.
can't believe Grande and I are like super on the same page about everything tonight.
I know. The chat's going, did Grande actually move into CG's pocket when he
Right.
moved?
What the fuck is going on?
I agree. I agree. I think that like
But you're a game
earlier
changer,
today.
honey. Have to agree.
But no, I do not. I absolutely do not. I've been saying this for a very long time, well before I was a game changer, and I will continue to speak I'm me.
I mean, look, you can make it where something's not required by your guild leader. Just move into a guild structure that doesn't require that stuff. We have a guy that's level 65 getting Treya shards today. Level 65, dudes getting Treya shards. If you want to be in a guild system that doesn't require panic farms, cool. And here's the deal: everybody knows that I will get super excited when 2/3 of the people get Jedi Revan the next go around. For those who didn't get him this time, just like I get excited when someone unlocks Treya for the first time. We had a guy unlock GK. Unlock GK, free to play.
Grande, I'm a day one player. I have no shot at this. Are you saying I'm just lazy or not spending enough fucking money in the game?
Never once said you were lazy.
So why do you think you're so angry?
Because people have to cater. They have to cater to a bunch of different slots of the player base.
That's fine if they want to cater to the pay to play aspect, which I don't have a problem with, and you know that for a fact. And I've supported if you should have an advantage if you pay to win. I've never had a problem with that. But you're not going to sit there and tell me that it's not catering to free to play. It's not a slap in the face of free to play players, and it was poorly executed. This is a piss poor job on their part because they've been having people shitting and pissing in their hand and not knowing which direction to go for the last 4 months with all these different characters coming out and events doing and springing shit on them. I mean, I'm sorry. It's ridiculous.
How many people said the same thing about Viagra Han and Viagra Chewie when it came out? And how many people have talked about how veteran Han and veteran Chewie are garbage, and they're really not. Once everybody finally leveled them up and geared them up.
No, they're still garbage.
They're still garbage. Sorry, they're garbage.
She was a legendary, right?
Yeah,
she was a
No, she was a journey.
He's a journey.
She was a journey.
It was a journey.
But again, it was only 2
and you had to get
characters
BB-8, and you had to get BB-8 for it,
right.
and you had to find the
3 months
first
in
order,
like 2
who was
months
completely useless at the time, completely useless.
BB-8 was
3
like
months
2 months, 2 or 3 months before, though. You had plenty of time to get
and then they released, and then after BB-8, they released BB-8 again right before the Hero's Journey character.
Yeah, you had 3 months in order to get your first order because BB-8 was announced on September 20th.
Was the worst, man. JTR was the worst. Because you had to do 2 factions and then 2 useless veterans. I mean,
half the KOTOR are useless.
Pretty much.
Oh, KOTOR are great. KOTOR
Bastila is good.
Bastila's amazing.
And you can make use of Zalbar.
Zalbar are the two of the they are so much better than Chase. They are so fantastic. I love those tunes. I do not have them geared. They're not a priority for me, but they are freaking amazing. Zalbar is one of the best tanks of the game. He's fantastic.
Bastila and Zalbar are awesome. And I'm still thinking, I mean, come on, you want to talk about what's next?
I don't know why you're arguing with me when you named 2 of the 5 as being really good, and I said half of them are crap.
Hold on. Well, because I'm getting ready to tell you about a third one. Right? T3. How many people have been predicting a rise of the droid meta again?
And he's great, just as he is. He is fantastic.
I'm telling you, right?
He's one of the best droids, like by far. But these are whaley tunes, right? Nobody has them geared.
And
nobody
they're
has
not
them
on
geared.
the meta, no one's using them in the meta. For what reason?
No, well, territory. I'm focused on territory wars, right? So you put.
Oh yeah, I mean teams have teams, but to say that
it wrecks everything.
So you're telling me Zalbar's better than Scion, and you're telling me Zalbar's better than General Kenobi? Those 2 kinks right off the bat.
Okay, maybe not better than
Zalbar's
Scion,
better than GK for sure.
but better than GK.
I totally agree. Zalbar is better than GK, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Couple donations.
I'm not on the T3 train though, man. I fought a lot of teams with T3, and he fucking sucks, man. He is so bad.
You should check. Yeah. We have a couple of like T3 like raw guys in the guild who's been using
really
them.
Bad on the high end of territory wars. It's bad.
So I need to read out super chats. B. Masu donated $1.99. My donation to hang up on Grande, please. And then
we've been friends.
And then Troll Extraordinaire, who just wants to be contrary. Thrain, $2 donation to ignore B. Masu.
Well, you knew that was coming from Thing.
Dang. Thanks, my boy. He's got my back right there.
And to be clear, I don't think this is set up to be friendly to free-to-play players at all. At all.
I don't think it's not free to play. It's not friendly to mid-level players that are actually dolphins. It's not set up for them either. People that spend a medium amount.
It's like they threw a lot at us. You had to make a choice. I did just look at that free-to-play roster. He's got Kira at 6 stars. He's got his whatever the thing that I don't even know what that bloody thing is that gives you the mods. Like, what's the
L3
junk that I'm getting?
L3.
Sure. No. Like having the scoundrels to do the mod or the
mod event.
The
material event.
Yeah, like not the credit heist, not the
smuggling event or whatever.
The smuggler.
Thank you. He does have those. I'm assuming it's a he. But it's like it was a roll of the dice. It was a guess. It always is. 47 out of 50 people in my guild had Rey because, like, hey, there's a new movie. There's a new character. Who did this character hang out with? Well, they hung out with these 2 old people.
Oh my God.
And you know what? All of you guys, you need to farm these guys right away. And we started farming them well in advance of them ever. You have to to anticipate the
Wait a second. No. Every game changer told us to farm all of these other characters before KOTOR characters, by the way. It was all about the solo farming. So you can't say that everybody was pushing towards just KOTOR. That's what's fucked up about it, is that they were all telling us to go chase all these other things that you say
we all thought Mechano Mall was coming.
Everybody says it's possible if you focus. If you hard focus.
Woody Harrelson was coming.
Damn it, Grande.
I said on the stream, I said stop farming solo.
We did the same thing.
What are you guys doing? Farm KOTOR.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but we did the same thing.
People said that last week. I mean,
I
said
I am so upset about the whole fact that
Loki was saying it before too.
That tell you to farm this direction because these new characters are going to be it, and so they release all of these new. And for somebody that is a mid-game level that spends a little bit here and there, and you have to hyper focus like your person that is a free to play and has all these spreadsheets and doing, they hyper focused. And if you're listening to everything that everybody's saying, they said hyper focus on solo, hyper focus on all these other characters, and then of course you don't have time to do the KOTOR characters.
Can I just tell you something? Can I just tell you something? Hold on. You don't get to watch Game of Thrones when it comes out unless you subscribe to HBO.
Oh bullshit!
Get the hell out of here.
Yes.
That's a lie. You find a stream on YouTube or somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Bring
You
back
guys are
Ranting
pirating.
Grande.
You guys are pirating it. Okay, I got you. So you guys are
No,
stealing
I can go to
content.
Grande's house and watch it.
You can't go to my house and watch it because we have HBO.
I actually get it
Absolutely.
free because I'm subscribed through AT&T for my cell phone, and they give you HBO Direct.
All I'm saying is
Your theory
you
has
still walking
holes.
the dog?
hey,
Your theory
I'm
has
still,
holes.
yes, I'm walking the dog.
Make
Yes,
sure
I
you
am.
pick up the poop.
Oh, she just dropped a big old deuce in someone's yard, and I was like, it's too dark. I don't know where that is.
Grande!
I'm not even kidding you. She freaking dropped a big old boom, and I was like, that must be a special right there. You just did a special grande right there. That's awesome.
God.
I'm so confused by T. How was your guild like all in on farming for the veterans when they were released a week before the Jedi Training Ray was actually available?
Because I do this for everything. Like even when like there was like that was it like a Hoth, like a snowy map released of Hoth TB. I was like,
Yep.
Hoth brothers. Everyone needs to farm the Hoth brothers. You know,
If
like
they're a character
and
that looks
and
like
for
they could be
Ray,
in snow, farm 'em.
as soon as the veterans came out, it was like
yeah, but that
I
was a
posted
week
that-
before the event.
No. The veterans came out far before.
No,
that.
they didn't. They came out December 6th,
Oh.
and the event was December 15th. I have the dates.
No, they came out in November, man. They have to have come out
As a marquee, they did not come out into free-to-play nodes until December 6th. You can go find the post in the game
what are
update.
you
They were
surprised
released on
about?
December 6th.
I'll go check
Oh,
it out.
right.
But the other thing is
Here's
too,
the-
is that the difference between those events, right? We didn't have anything else going on. So when we looked at this,
We always have something else.
not
going
like
on,
this
don't we?
level, not this level of marquees and other shit that they've been throwing at us every month. It's just been overwhelming.
I
Well, we
remember
didn't-
being overwhelmed at that point with TBs and
Oh.
TWs.
But come on,
I'm not
Grande.
kidding you. When you're running TBs and you're running TWs and you're not used to that, when you're used to just calling raids, it's a big deal. It was a big deal back then.
But the point is,
Loki was with me.
there was not. It was easy for us because we called it too before even they became marquee. You're gonna need the solo characters, or not the solo, the veterans as part of this because we were speculating. We even thought maybe Poe was going to be a part of it, but we're like, use of the characters in general from the Resistance and these two new smugglers you're probably going to need for the raid event. But we didn't have them dropping all this other crap, like they are with all, like 5 to 10 marquee and different factions, and I mean it's ridiculous.
The biggest
all these
the
different
biggest-
characters.
The biggest
bounty hunters.
challenge here is we got smugglers and we got solo scoundrels at the same time as we got KOTOR. That's the problem.
Ding, ding, ding. That's what we've been fucking saying, man.
Whoa.
What the hell? I feel like some people are just kind of like going on. They have this idea of it's either right or it's wrong, and they won't kind of listen to both sides. I understand the whale side. I understand, but at the same time, this is still kind of messed up the way they did it, the way they released all this stuff, no focus, and then whatever. I'm kind of over it now. I'm done.
Okay.
Hey, real quick though, I'll give a shout out to Owie in our channel because whether it's he or she, because I know they share the account, him and his lady. I think they dropped 30,000. They dropped 2 vaults, and they were buying that $6.99 pack like for 2 vaults, right? And they got everything close to 7 stars. So it's not. I'm going back to that $6.99 pack because for the price of 1 marquee character, you could get all 5 of those dudes tunes pretty damn close to 7-star.
Don't buy it at the store, right?
Whatever.
You gotta if you're gonna pay to play, if you're gonna use your crystals, or if you're free to play and you're gonna use your crystals, buy that pack. Don't buy in the store; it's a much better deal.
Yeah, because they have it in the weekly shipments as bait. What is it? 2,000 crystals for 25 shards. That's like the biggest ripoff on the planet, right there.
Yeah, I did.
But
that.
that's $6.99 one. If you want to go for it, I feel bad for you. Let's spend on that one, man. That's super clickbait right there, man.
Yeah, the weekly
it's
shipment
it's
is
exactly
super
the
clickbait.
same. The weekly
You wanna
shipments
get
is
gear-
the weekly shipments is the same price as the store, but this pack, this is how this game works for me. I spent 800,000 ally points, and then 3 hours later, I am not exaggerating, it was like, you get to use your ally points to buy things. It's like, damn it. So,
did you make a video too about it, like spending your 800,000 with a
I did.
a bot or something?
I did like a little contest with it. I did a contest.
Dude, I have like 3 million ally points. I don't even spend them. It's awful. Too lazy to click the button, man.
I don't blame you, bro.
So hey, we got another. I
don't know if that pack is bugging right now because it's dropping pretty good. I just bought one right now with my arena payout, and I got 25 Jolie. So I'm gonna go for that pack seriously, and just use my arena winnings. You know,
Fiddle Maurice just bought. Hope he doesn't mind me saying this. So I'm saying it anyway. He's listening. Salvar at 12 and 15, Jolie at 20, and Mission at 12 and 15.
Yeah.
So I know Smoke bought 7 earlier today and only got 1 10. Of course, everyone who's listening to this and is going to go buy one is going to get all 10s. But sorry about that. But it's still a better deal than.
Well, then CG pulled the odds back. I don't know, man, but I think they always screw up when they put a new pack in there. Like for that half-hour window, it's always buggy for some reason. Like when they did the Gear 12 and the people kept rebuying it for like the first 5 minutes, that was great, man. But anyway, I didn't do that. But anyway,
we got a super chat from Deaththirst. Oh, I'm sorry, Zarathustra, not Dev Thustra. $2.99. Thanks, T Money and Grande. Great conversation.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's
awesome.
You know, if we all agreed, it wouldn't be very good YouTubing.
It would be like the Game Changers. They all agree on it.
You guys are going to stop giving me a hard time. You can go back and listen to any streams, and I've been saying the same damn thing for a year. I love this game. I'm under no what's the word? I have like no.
You're right. You're right. Free trips to California never changed my mind about anything.
No, like no, it's not no obligation, but I know the company is trying to make money. You know, like there's never any idea to me that it's not. It's just what I want them to do is to make it sustainable. I want them to make it sustainable, right? I don't expect them to not make money of us. I'm hoping that their business model is to make this sustainable because we've all invested a lot in this, and I've invested a lot of my time and my love and my money into this game. That's what I want it to be sustainable. And if part of it being sustainable means giving like the super whaley upper echelon of players something to strive towards, fine. I don't care. Like well, I'm not going to wait because I already wailed a bit, but we want the game to stick around. I don't know.
But there's a way to do it and there was a way not to do it, and I just think the direction that they're going is just, I think they got their head up their ass. And I think they're fucking stupid.
So basically, Ranger wants a 5-star for a participation prize.
Yeah, Grande, I'm an ex-Army Ranger. You think that's my mentality? Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I'm serious though. You guys want a legendary?
No, I don't. Heroic. I didn't want the legendary either. I figured this was going to be some kind of new event or raid reward, right? Like Treya was, right? And I don't mind. And here's the thing: I don't mind if they had made this a hero's journey. But space it out a little bit to where people feel like they have some shot in hell of getting it, right? Not where they feel like they just got kicked in the balls and left on the side of the road.
Yeah, I think they needed to wait 1 more month if they were doing a 7-star release. If they were doing it this month, then they could have made it 5-star accessible to people, and then even getting 5-star isn't easy for most people. They would have still paid $20 to $50 in order to buy the packs. And then 7-star, you would have invested more if you wanted it. But I think this month is too early for a 7-star character based on the release of KOTOR. They needed another month for it. The timing just doesn't work out.
So to end this discussion, Thane just said RSG just likes to hate on the GC because they get more views.
Damn straight. Bullshit. We will hate on whoever we want for whatever reason we want.
No, it's
honestly. We hang out with them all the time and do stuff with them because we hate them.
We bring them on the show.
Yeah, right.
We have like 3.
I know we don't have a game changer on here right now.
We have Mist is a great friend. I mean, we have tons of game changers that we love. We're just saying that
come on.
A lot of them give us information that is CG.
Let's be honest. Half of them do clickbait crap that's annoying as hell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say half of them do clickbait stuff in order just to get views and put out videos, and it's annoying. That's why I like T-Money.
I mean, I love T-Money. That's why I go on the stream. I love good old Maurice. I go on the stream. We may disagree.
It's not to game changers.
Yeah,
you know, like it's you.
Everyone.
It's the
You
YouTube
in order to try and get views.
You know, it's the clickbait, make money. Like people are making, you know, not a lot. You want to know how much money we're making off this? It's not a lot.
Yeah, YouTube likes to fuck us over a little bit on that. T-Money. I don't know if you noticed.
Paid like 75 cents an hour, no lie.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. But you know, there are people who are making lots of money and they get lots of views. But you know, I think that people,
that's Canadian 75 cents.
That's right. Damn. That's like $5 US.
I think you're not going to have a YouTube channel for very long if you keep doing things like you're saying, Tits. Like if you're, you know, encouraging for people to do things that they shouldn't be doing. And, you know, I definitely come into this game with a perspective. I started playing a year later. I am pay to play. I do try my best to ensure that, well, my free to play players keep my guild free to play because they tell me when I'm being an ass. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, I do come to the game with a certain perspective. So I have to check myself lots.
It may be because we know you too, Tits. And T. I'm just going to confuse them with the T. So T-Money. It may be because we know you and good old Maurice and stuff, but I'll just tell you another big problem is that the reason I like you and good old Maurice and Warrior in particular is because you guys actually play your account. There's too many times that I've seen actual game changers just using their dev account for the entire time. Their actual game account sucks, or they don't know how to play it, and then they're trying to give feedback on things that they don't know how to play except by playing somebody else's account the entire time on the dev account. It gets annoying as hell to see those videos.
How many game changers actively mentioned the fact that they missed the mission or they missed the T3 marquee event on their main account? At least 4. I mean, you know, do you lose a grasp of reality if you miss an event because you're too busy playing your dev account?
See, I missed Cell Bar well before I was a game changer. It was during TW, okay?
This is why I love the T.
I was like, God,
this is what I'm saying.
And then Angel from my guild was like, I have something to tell you. I have a confession. I miss Cell Bar. I was like, oh my God, thank you for saying that. I did too. That just has to do with me being a moron. But it's true, you know, good old Maurice has kept me real with that. You know, he's like, we just made this Bistan video and I was like, I did all these battles in the test. He's like, we don't need battles in the test account. Like, you know, we're not using battles in the test account in this video because we don't have to, right? He has these tunes. If there's no purpose to use the test account. But I was saying on the stream, was it last night, that it's weird, like having coming and playing the test account, it's like it's easy to make mistakes, you know, like you know, it's easy to, like, I don't think that people are necessarily being dishonest, maybe sometimes, but like, you know, they want to like you want to make a good video, right? So it's like kind of tempting to make a team look good or to cut out the ones that you lost or whatever. I have no idea, right? But that's a temptation for me, as being like, oh, you know, okay, let's keep it real here. But just the mods are, you know, like OP. So what we've done is we've brought in double good old Maurice's account, which is still, he's got such beautiful mods that it's pretty much the same. But you know, it's easy to make mistakes with having like 60 mods and Gear 12 tunes, and to think that something is better than it actually is in real life.
Right.
Listen, we're here to disagree. I mean, they have their viewpoints. Yeah. I have my viewpoint about it. So you just listen, as a fan base, you guys just have to make up your own mind. You can take both sides of it, look at it, use your critical thinking skills, look at the information and make your own choice.
And make it relevant to your level too, because a lot of the people talking are whales, and then a lot of us are free to play. A lot of us are in the mid-level, so it's going to be relevant to where
what makes sense to you.
And a lot of them aren't whales and playing whale accounts.
I miss this joke. But yeah, and it's like, and it's, you know, you really have to. let's take a breath. Let's look at our own. If you are pay to play, just take a breath. Look at your personal finances. Is this something that you should be, I don't want to use the word investing because it's just imaginary, right? So you have to be really careful that you're not spending beyond your means. And I think that's
it. She's fired as a game changer now.
No, that's one of the reasons that people quit this game is because they find themselves spending beyond their means. And so, sometimes in my guild I say, sit the F down. Like that's enough of that, because I know that this isn't sustainable for someone.
Well, and they've had problems in the past. There's an addiction aspect to this game, right? And people feel pressure and to spend money that they don't have. We've got tons of horror stories of people that have spent tens of thousands of dollars that are in no position to spend it. It's something you have to be very careful of, and something we've talked about in the past. So be reasonable about what you're looking at. But when it comes down to
awful.
What?
Michael Davis wrote, you can always get a loan.
Oh, yeah, well, that's Wells Fargo. Yeah, Wells Fargo. I forgot about Wells Fargo.
Like the opposite of everything.
And if I can contradict myself too?
Sure, go for it.
College?
If I could contradict myself, if you, what's his face? Arnold bought Django for $300.
Yes.
This, for me, it's not going to cost me $300 if I pay to play this tune, right? Like, it's going to be the same price as a marquee character. If I had done it smartly with those packs, I'm blushing right now because I feel like such a moron that I did that. It would be less probably, if the roll of the dice was kind to me. So it's, for those who I have not bought a full marquee to 7. Oh, yes, I did. I bought Talzin in the same manner that these packs have come out, in the little cheaper way. But, it's not a common thing for me. I've done it Talzin, I did Nest some, and then I did Bathful a little bit. But it's, it's not, people are not going to be, well, it depends on the gear. I guess people might be, who knows about the gear.
Yeah, Nest
makes my tummy sick.
Wasn't he?
Nest was beautiful.
Oh, I like Nest. Nest is an amazing character.
Do you really need her at 7 stars? I mean,
oh,
seriously.
No,
of course not.
It's a ripoff. I mean, and you don't use her in the raid, so it's like no point.
True. But
she can get to Enraged by herself with Treya.
I mean, I guess, but I mean that $300 that the whale spent on Nest at the very beginning, you can get that $6.99 pack and go for it, man. You get 5 tunes and you get Revan. There you go.
Except my Nest is 52,000 health. You cannot do that with a non-Gear 12 loaded Nest.
Yeah. Wait, so you just mentioned that, Grande. Has anyone tried doing Kira, Enfys, Chewie, and Treya in Phase 3 and getting guarded on Enfys and just letting her go for the entire duration of Phase 3? So she can't get days on her anymore?
That sounds like...
Oh my gosh, dude. She would literally go and go and go. Yeah.
I kind of want to try that. Okay, I can't wait until I get Treya 7-star. I'm going to be doing that.
Oh. I have Treya 7-star. I must have bought the $12.99 pack to get that happened. That's so unfair. I got it. I was way too early on that.
All right. I don't remember what the original question was, but let's go to the next question.
Jesus,
it's a Revan question.
It's probably a Revan question.
I forgot we're asking questions.
I'm tempted to skip the Revan questions, to be honest. Xylo1111 PSA: don't use your question to ask Ranger to buy a pack. Trust me.
There you go.
Nathaniel Morgan: was Chewbacca just a resource drain to make sure people who saved couldn't get Revan free to play? Sure worked on me. I kind of agree with you. Nathaniel Miller: normally CG plans their big stuff to come at the end of the quarter, presumably to give them a sales boost. If this is coming at the beginning of the quarter, what are they holding on to?
You're going to need Revan in order to get Jedi Luke. Next question.
Apparently, yeah.
Imagine if they put out somehow Return of the Jedi Luke comes out in December as their next thing. Oh my God.
Revan is a Jedi for a reason. You're going to need him in order to get Jedi Luke because it fits so well into their story that they're weaving. Next question.
Nathaniel Morgan. Will Revan be in platoons?
Yes.
Pretty sure he will be, yeah.
Ouchie Dumpling, do you think that the unusually difficult Chewie Legendary was turned that way to make sure people's resources were drained, knowing that the Revan thing was happening 3 weeks later? I absolutely think so. What do you guys think?
No. I think the
so.
Legendary of Chewie was difficult because of the day one bounty
Chewie!
hunters.
Chewie's amazing.
You can use the old bounty hunters from 2015.
I'm talking about the whole thing recently. All of these releases, I think, were kind of in a plan to get everybody to have to panic farm, and especially the resource drain. I really do.
It just seems weird that
Aura Singh was a bust.
Aura Singh was awful.
Django's pretty bad. I mean,
but I think the difficulty of Chewie, though, I think was just based on the fact that there were so many day one bounty hunters that they had to find a way to make it more difficult because too many people had the characters already a 7-star.
Yeah, they made it.
I think Warrior was basically saying the same thing, and we had said it like the week before. Like the difficulty is mainly just due to trying to make it so only a certain percentage of people got it the first try, and they couldn't do it based on stars, so they set it based on gear. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, Embo was pretty bad too. Damn, such a bad tune. And then they tried to bait you to do those. Did they have double drops for the bounty hunters?
No, they did that bonus drop.
Yeah,
they did the bonus, the 8 drop
that never dropped anyway. So yeah, that
I was like, right there. Yay! I got 3 Zam shards with my Jolie farm or whatever it was at that point.
I got 1 Embo shard. I said, forget this. I'm an idiot for even trying it.
I was loading up on Boss because Boss shared was on the same level as where you get Haldo and Visas. So I was like, okay, let me farm Visas and Haldo, and then I kept getting Boss shards. So it worked out for me, at least boss-wise. Next question.
Vancel, why is Ranger so mad? Doesn't he have a Patreon of subs that can just buy Revan for him?
That's not what we use it for.
It's going right back into the stream.
Andrew, Val, and Bruce, how can they improve the situation? Delay release for a month or 2, double drops on all KOTOR nodes, throw out suggestions in the hope they listen.
If they're doing a 7-star, if they're gonna do a 7-star, they need to delay it by maybe not a full month, but about 3 weeks or so. I think was the numbers that I came out with, which would make it so only high-level free-to-play would really be able to get it without having saved up a bunch of crystals. And everyone else would then have to spend, so you then increase the amount of Minnow and Dolphin spending. If you wanted to make it now, you would still get kind of the Minnow Dolphin spending if you made it a legendary that allowed for 5-star, because 5-star on all of the characters is still not easy. And most of the people that are Minnows and stuff are doing so because they don't have the time to do arena, so they're not getting all the crystal income. So one of those 2 changes would be all you really need, honestly.
I still think they just need to put Old Republic tags on other tunes and you're good. That's how you fix it.
Yeah, adding it to Visas and HK would be nice too.
Yeah, you throw the tunes that are in the game already, you give them an Old Republic tag. That's all you need to do.
Okay. Nathaniel Miller, anyone else happy to be fully free to play?
Yep.
Absolutely. Did you just say T-Money?
No, it's awesome. It is for people, especially for years, I mean, it's an amazing feeling, I imagine it's an amazing feeling. But it's I don't know. I'm so proud of free-to-play players. I'm you've been doing this for so long. It's amazing to me. Come and fix my life because you must have so much freaking willpower. It's
really easy when they do so many mistakes over and over again with releases.
You're why would you wouldn't go to a store and buy a jaked up product, so it's kind of easy to just not do it here.
Am I free to play if I ask for refunds? That's how I do it.
That means you haven't spent any money, so yeah.
Technically,
get money back.
I guess.
I think that's the ultimate free to play, brothers. Just hit that refund button, man. Nothing wrong with that. You're gonna buy a car and it's gonna break down 1,000 miles in. Ask for the refund. That's all you gotta do.
I'm picturing that meme with that guy tapping his forehead right now.
It's not rocket science, man. A lot of false advertisement, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not rocket surgery.
Nathaniel Morgan, Is Ranger making his campaign to become a game changer?
Oh, they won't ever. Yeah, that's been dead and buried a long time ago.
Nathaniel Morgan, wasn't it expected for Revan to be behind a paywall? Perhaps not 2 or 3 paywalls, but still.
He just better be good, man. That's the only thing.
He better be really
Jedi
good.
Revan's going to be good.
$6.99 pack. I keep saying it, but man, this guy better be good.
Jedi Revan is going to be really, really good. Great.
Like, you know, it'd be a badass ability if he had a way. So if Sith opponents used an ability, all their cooldowns increased. You know how badass that would be if he was on. Oh man, that'd be fantastic. I'd be on board with that one. So your Sith team couldn't use abilities at one point, right? It's so great. Man. But I don't know. I have a fear he's going to suck, so.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with these things. Nathaniel Morgan, does anybody even know that the Sith fighter went free to play today?
Yeah,
nope.
no
Okay, moving along. Nathaniel Miller, have you talked to any GCs and gotten their opinions? Any chance of a coordinated anti-campaign? We talked to one GC.
Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Pardon me?
Yeah. It doesn't,
I'm still trying to find the dates on the veteran on.
Stuff like this is why it doesn't work.
That's what we did. Could you repeat the question?
Have you talked to any GCs and gotten their opinions? Any chance of a coordinated anti-campaign?
I know.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. People will still get it because
people are still going to spend.
You still want to spend money, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, go for it.
If you feel it's worth it, then buy it. Yeah. If you don't, then don't.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned it before. I don't mind. I bought like 3 different games recently. I bought a box of Magic cards for like $100. I don't mind spending money on things that are fun, but this game has constantly shafted their player base, so I'm not spending any money on it.
Yep.
Until they change it. So yeah.
Nathaniel Morgan, how many comments have been deleted from the official forums? Ooh,
a lot.
You won't see it.
Interesting
deleted.
Question there.
You won't see it because it's deleted.
The tree falls in the forest and no one's around.
Mm-hmm.
T-Money, were you going to say something?
No, I have no idea. I never go on the forums.
Oh. Grand Admiral of the Republic, I just went to the app store and gave this app 1 star. It's pay to win unless you give well over a year of your life, and children shouldn't be exposed to this. Thanks, Ranger, for being our voice.
Well, I'm doing what I can, man. You know, if you want change, you want shit to change, you gotta do something. I mean, I don't know what else to do because
I can tell you right now, I had a friend that actually downloaded this game because I told him it was like really fun, and this was a little while ago. And the reason he continued playing is because his son got a hold of his phone and started making purchases. So he got all this stuff in game without realizing it, and got like a refund because his kid he got like a partial refund because his kid made unintended purchases and stuff.
Right.
And then he tried to keep up as a free to play and couldn't, so he dropped the game.
My freaking kid bought Bodhi Rook in the store once. This is grayed out.
Yeah, his son I think bought 6 of the Mega Chromium packs.
Oh.
And they were like, okay, well, I'm gonna play this for a little while since I've already put some money into it.
God. Oh no. T-Buddy, that sucks. And of all the characters he could have picked,
you know why? This is really sweet. His name is Bodhi.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, you can't fault him.
I just realized that. I never thought about that before, but that's, I'm sure, why.
He saw his name and clicked on it.
Yeah. Well, then that's cute. That's a justifiable mistake. It's okay. Thane Kyrell. For Finn, CG broke the requirements of needing a legendary and the former version of the hero for the event. What do you think this means for the Rex for Jedi Luke in the future?
They didn't break it. This is a whole new type of journey. They called it the ancient journey of, what is it, retribution or something, rather? Yeah, so it's a whole different type of event altogether, which is what we were suspecting. And I would still guess that it would be based on that clip that they gave, which is that you're going to need the 5 KOTOR characters. You're going to fight the, what is his name? The Teratatic? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that thing's called. So you'll fight that with the 5 and save Revan.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So the Ancient Journey of Redemption, that's what it's called. So you'll fight the beast with the 5 KOTOR. And they showed some clips. I don't know if you guys saw it. They have a Star Wars thing, and they showed some clips where you're fighting different characters and stuff with the KOTOR in what appears to be the event. So the final fight is probably going to be like the last tier. But the other thing which is of interest, just to point this out, is if this is like the heroes' journeys and stuff, didn't you need a 7-star even for the first tier to even attempt it?
Yes.
So people won't even be able to play it unless they get 7 stars. So that should be fun.
Either
fun for all.
Either you have the characters or you don't. That's just a hero's journey. Unless they change it, which why would they?
Yeah, so you won't even be able to play to try and see how far you can get with your 4-star. You're completely useless. So there you go.
Oh God.
Next question.
Turn to attack.
Addicts Mathma, is there anything inherently wrong with CG putting a character behind a 6-month paywall? People can slow farm the tunes and get it in 6 months. Please don't shoot me. I'm just asking.
No.
We actually answered that question a little earlier.
There's nothing wrong with it. That's the model they're going after.
Yeah, but just don't expect me to pay for it or play for a character that you fucked up in the first place. So.
Contingent 33. Around the corner, if CG could make this right, is there any time when you would play the game where there wouldn't be a jaded feeling?
There's been lots of times.
Burn. Was that a burn? Felt like a burn.
Not recently. I liked the game at the beginning, to be honest.
CG could make this right.
I mean, there's been some really good stuff that CG's done that we've given them mad props for, right? And I've never had any problem with the majority of the game, but when they fuck up, they really like to fuck up. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's like they do all this good shit, and we're like, okay, this is good. Okay, I like this. Okay, great quality life check, and you fucked up. All right, well, they apologize, so let's go back here, and okay, this is nice. Oh, that's a good change, and they fucked up again. It's like, God damn it.
So let's just really quick go through the different game modes, right? And see everything that's wrong with it that would just make this really, really simple. Territory Wars is really fun if you like the PvP aspect, but the matchmaking is awful as hell.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have a full 50. Once you drop below 50, like all the matchmaking gets stupid as hell. So that one's going to be the problem there. Territory battles, light side has freaking 6 waves, which is the most annoying crap ever. I know that the 4 waves in dark side came after. They just need to change that, so it's not long. And you can't block out individual platoons. So if you're in a guild that has to do platoons, you either block out the whole thing, or you have people accidentally donate to one platoon and then donate repeatedly by other people thinking, oh, somebody donated into that platoon, so let me donate there too. So they don't have the right mechanics for officers to manage territory battles. Then you have Arena, which is stale as hell because of Treya, because they overpowered her. So if you don't have Treya, you're going down. And if you have Treya, then hooray, you're in a clump of people in Arena. Fleet is stupid as hell since they changed it from 3 because it's just an RNG fest as to whether or not you can hit target lock or whether or not you have Hound's Tooth.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know.
What other game is there for me not to like? Did I go through all of them? There you go. All the bad things about the game.
So a shout out, Smoke 311 $2. Disagree with most of the rants, but Grim put Smoke is on T Money's leash. Ignore him, and then Smoke put still respect the passion. $2.
Smoke's a good dude.
He is. He's super cool.
I hope you didn't kill.
Are we on for the next question?
Yeah. I think I already mentioned all the dislikes about the game. So yeah, go ahead.
Ranting fan over. Elliot Worsfold. Shouldn't we be angry about the solo tunes? I feel like lots of us wasted lots of crystals on the refreshes and geared them for nothing. It feels like a CG critic.
Watch, as there's going to be a solo event next month. Just
and then we're just
everyone stop your solo farm, work on Revan. Oh look, here comes a new mall journey.
I don't give a shit because I'm on Troopers now. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Caligula, Pippin Papadakis. Is anyone else getting the feeling that CG is doing this on purpose and that they are holding on double drops to pay the play the "We Are the Good Guys" card as they anticipate the backlash.
I already responded to that. It's not
double drops won't be enough.
It won't be enough. Not this time. You know, even if they came back, I mean, unless they just do something, in my opinion, that really shows that they recognize, but they're not going to. So, I mean, it is what it is. As I said, I can only bring up the point, be passionate about it, say what I think needs to be said. Maybe it goes on deaf ears, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is.
Finn, I have gone and looked, and I think that I'm pretty dang sure that the vets went into the cantina on November the 21st, and the event ended on December the 15th. But the call to Ray requirements was made on December the 6th. Right. So the call was made late, but my point was that I anticipated that the vets were going to be needed and asked people to farm them in advance of that. Yeah.
Still only 2 characters, not 5.
I'm going on Caligula. They never even offered double drops. Doesn't that just seem scummy?
It happens during the event.
Yeah, they'll do it during the event. And
whenever double drops happen, I'm like, cute. Like, how's that gonna help me? Like, I mean,
you're not wrong.
Like, great, I got 4 instead of 2. Like, I need 100. You know, like, it's one of those things where you have to just be doing it for so long. It's not something that you can, hard nose. You can't panic.
I like. Good old Maurice made a comment in the chat. He said, if you guys want double drops, blast the forums and Reddit with constructive criticism. It's very key, constructive criticism. Don't go in there ranting and screaming and yelling and being mean. Go in there and say, we would like this.
Yeah, forums are a waste. But if you want to go to Reddit, you can, because CG has no control over Reddit.
It couldn't hurt to do both.
If they don't like it, they'll get rid of it. I've seen it happen too many times. Sorry.
And the forums likely is done by a moderator too. It's not even by the devs half the time.
Right.
Now, the moderators are the ones moving things a lot of times and doing stuff.
Yeah, Reddit, they see that shit. They respond to that shit. So, but yeah, be constructive.
Yep. It's like you can't complain about the voting outcome if you don't vote. So if you are upset about this, then just go and say that, and say it in a constructive way. And then at least we can say we tried to put our voice out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good idea. All right, let's see. Question, RSG Vormax, should we wait until Revan's kit is revealed instead of being mad at CG for not doing right? I mean, they always do this to us anyway. ...
I could care less what the kit is.
Mm-hmm.
John Moran, what 15 devs have joined and hit the dislike button?
I'm sure quite a few.
I know. I could spot 3 of them like right away. Like there's 3 definitely in there. Question. Who is this? Nathaniel Morgan. You ass. Did Tits beat IPD special mission? Hence why I am working on my other factions.
Oh shit!
Thank you.
Called you out, Tits.
He does. He does every time.
Nice.
Him, Thane, Nathaniel Miller. Ugh.
Very nice.
Grim. So instead of spending money on Revan, should I whale out on Venom and Marvel Strike Force?
No, I think Team Money would kill you for that too.
No, don't do it. Come play Clash of Clans with me and Finn.
Is that what you're named after, Tits? Tits McVenom?
No,
or is that just
absolutely not.
Nope.
It's it was a roller derby name. It was not really anything to do with Venom.
She's just cool.
I just thought it was funny thinking of like venomous tits. I mean, it's really
never
funny
put those two things together. When that
you think about it, like you tell somebody to suck my tit or something like that, it's got venom in it. So I hope you die.
Rutabaga.
It's just really bad.
Rutabaga, really?
Rutabaga.
Really?
I mean, we have dropped so many mofos in here. Are we really gonna say this is the.
I know. I was being a good girl. I got a hard time for it. You guys are f-bombing
I'm
tonight.
surprised you didn't join in on the festivities. There, you've become such a professional young lady, T-Mike. I'm very proud of you.
F-bombs are different than McVenom talking about people sucking her venomous tip. That's like a whole different level.
Personally, I'm saying that's just a funny idea. Like,
see, rutabaga. Next question.
Okay,
like if like a boa constrictor or like a rattlesnake, had some nipples. I get it now.
I get that question from all the time in Discord. Are your tits really venomous?
Like, yes, I go around.
Depends on who you are.
Dumbass. Oh my god.
Andrew
put up with that
Kopka.
shit.
Are you still all planning on attending the RSG Clash of Clans charity run next year?
Oh, we're still doing Star Wars. It's Star Wars. It's not a Galaxy of Heroes stuff.
It's not.
Yeah, it's Star Wars, not Galaxy of Heroes. It's Star Wars.
Yeah. So
no matter what this game does to us and how much it jades us, we're still going to be Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
community is still the community too. So. Yeah. Nathaniel Morgan, can revenue be the shout out word next week?
Yes, it can.
We're gonna get too many typos.
That's what I'm calling him from now on. It's not revenue anymore.
Yeah, he's revenue. That's his name.
John Moran, is it possible that Jedi Revan refers to him at the end of KOTOR when he was fully redeemed and had saved the universe as a light side Jedi?
Well, he has a purple lightsaber.
He also has a mask that he doesn't wear when he's a Jedi.
Why is everyone
correct?
poking at Ranger?
I know they all are.
You could play Revan as a light side style character. If you go back and look at the Old Republic, you could play a Sith as a light side person. That doesn't make him not what they are. Oh my god. Next, Kame.
Helenix, does the Bud update tell us how much Vaseline we need? Because their ramrodding is starting to hurt, quite frankly.
I hate when people say that. Don't like that.
What, Vaseline?
Yeah, I find it.
Oh, is that one of your words? Okay.
That is so funny to me.
Can't use Vaseline. We can't use moist. What the hell is this thing coming to? God damn it.
There's more.
Certain words that make people cringe. You can't help it. Everybody has them. I mean, I know you have words that make you cringe.
No.
Yeah.
You don't have a single word that you don't like to hear.
Hey, Ranger. Jedi Revan.
Oh! Mufasa?
Poor Ranger. Be honest, Ranger. I need you to be completely honest with me.
Sure.
Are you going to dream about this?
Dream about what?
Like, are you going to dream about Jedi Revan? Like, like have a nightmare.
No.
Like,
as soon as I get done with the stream, I'll go
there he is across a mountain valley. You fly over and he turns around. No, you're a good guy.
No, I would not even give it a second thought. Just because I compartmentalize a lot of stuff. So when I'm doing this, I focus on this. But then as soon as I'm done, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to write this paper, and I don't even think about it again. Right? It's only when I'm in that mode. Right? I get in the mode. Brain turns on to that part, and then, but yeah, I don't stress about shit like that. I went through too much shit to worry about a game, so I am passionate about it because Revan's one of my favorite characters, but I'm not gonna have dreams about it or, fret about it. I do what I can, try to do what I can for the community that I think is best and move on, so I don't stay angry.
It got a lot more serious than I intended it to be, but thank you for your answer.
Well, you were trying to put me down a rabbit hole, and I said, fuck that shit.
Sorry.
Naked Raven.
All right. Nathaniel Miller, where is Grande, and when do we get his rant? Well,
he was here.
You missed.
CG Grande has left the building.
Yeah,
he is left.
He is CG Grande.
He has a dinner date with CG right now, so he had to go.
It's a big deal.
Nathaniel Morgan, over under on probability CHS bug will be actually fixed next light side territory battle. I'm setting the line at 8%.
They removed him.
I don't know what the CHS bug is.
He was the one that was causing some of the removal of the buttons and everything.
Oh.
They tracked that he was part of the issue, and that was part of the reason why they removed him from the requirements, because they couldn't figure out how to fix it.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
John Moran, there has to be a Star Wars version of D&D we could play, right?
Yes, I actually have it.
I had it in my hand the other day.
Yeah, I've got the books and everything. We could easily roleplay and do the D&D version of.
I would play Dungeons and Dragons if it was Star Wars. I don't know about anything else, but that one I would play.
There you go.
Contingent 33. If I didn't select an option on GoFundMe when I donated, what happens?
Nothing. You just have to
Yeah.
message me. I'll talk to you afterwards. I'm putting together the list right now, and I've mainly started focusing on the people that have asked for mod reviews. But if you didn't ask for a mod review, then I'll contact you about where you want your donation to go to. Speaking of which, let's have another game changer on. Hi, Warrior.
What?
Warrior.
Oh, shit.
What's happening, everybody? Guess who I have at my house right now?
Warrior?
Revenue.
Grande?
No. Mobile Gamer is here.
Oh, my God.
Hi, Mobile Gamer.
Thank you.
The
I
world
haven't
is
had a chance
ending.
to watch the video yet. Why were you taking off your shirt today, Mobile Gamer?
Yeah, what's up with that?
What's up with that, right? Oh, man.
Sexy time with Mobile Gamer.
Well, there's some strip teasing going on, and we missed it.
There's a kitty shirt and an open shirt.
I also have Sure Shot here. I don't know if you guys ever watch my channel, but
He's unimportant.
But he's unimportant, apparently. That's what he says.
Oh, well, how are we supposed to... If you just start off with that, we can't even, just straight up, no.
Yeah, no, Sure. Mobile Gamer and I are hanging out. We had some amazing carne asada tacos,
Nice.
and that's how we deal with stress. We ate our stress away. Oh, we went up to the Colorado National Monument.
Yeah, I did
Ranger
it.
ranted for about an hour.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard. Maybe that's what I need to do, Finn. I need to eat my pain away.
No, we have a half marathon.
We have a half
right.
marathon
I
to
know.
run
I have to
in
keep
like.
I actually came because I wanted to hear Ranger's thoughts on his Lord and Savior.
Oh boy.
Trigger word.
All right, Warrior. Let's
do this again.
Because your mom.
I can't. I've already drank too much. I can't do anymore.
No, well, that's then.
McVenom was drinking every time Ranger used the F-bomb. She's drunk now.
I can't.
I think CG has their head up their ass. They don't. I just the idea, and it's for purely monetization and making money. I get it, and I understand that they want to make money, but the design of the character, the fact that I just pulled up Wikipedia and was like, hey, this is Revan. What the hell is this crap that you're putting out there? Jedi Revan? Really? Do you know his backstory as a Jedi and things of that nature? So that kind of pissed me off, first off. Then the whole short notice about the KOTOR tunes. I thought they'd learned their lesson. Apparently they didn't. They're going to try to make money on Revan as one of the most popular characters outside of the canon characters like Luke and stuff like that by splitting it up. We're going to get Light Side Revan, we're going to get Dark Side Revan, and then we'll get the actual version of Revan that everybody's been asking for. I don't care what his kid is. I don't care, to me, in my opinion, CG has done this as a straight panic farm mode, that they do this shit all the time, and they're causing people to quit the game, and I hate it. I'm sick of it. It's one thing to make money. How you go about making money is where I have a problem with this, and just reading the comments from all the discords today and stuff. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's a slap in the face to a lot of players. And I'm not against play to play. I support it. I think you should have an advantage. But it's just obvious. It's an obvious money grab. The packs they put out.
There is a difference between having an advantage and completely and utterly shutting out 95% of the population. Yeah. I get that. So I hear you for sure. I obviously am going to end up getting him, so everybody's pissed off at me and they're just misdirecting anger. So that's too bad.
Well, they shouldn't be.
I've obviously shared my thoughts. I wish that they would give more weeks for farming and that they would do double drops and some things like that. It would have been also more helpful if a couple of weeks ago we would have known to have more time, because even with all of these concessions, extra weeks, double drops, all that, there's still a vast majority of people that wouldn't get him, and there would still be plenty of people that could get him the second time around, third time around, or the eighth time around. But it would open up the window for people such as you or Mobile Gamer who really want this character, been given 3 years of their life to the game, and now it's kind of an out of pocket situation. They're not going to be able to resolve it. So I think Mobile Gamer had a question for you. Hold on one second.
Well, I think you answered the question. Is like what's going to outrage the community more, if he's terrible like Grievous was when he came out, or if he is beyond broken, better than just destroys Traya teams and unbeatable? What's going to be worse?
Well, I think both could actually end up really hurting them, because obviously, Mobile, you know who Revan is, you know his backstory, right? You're a passionate Star Wars character. What does Revan represent? Right? He's the most unique antagonist, protagonist, villain, hero ever created, because he represented both sides at the same time, right? Revan is that unique character. When you look at pictures of Revan, when you read his story, you're drawn to that character because you disagree with him, and then you're like, but I kind of see it, and he's light side, but he's dark side at the same time and stuff. And so so the first part with the version of Revan, I think people are pissed off about that, because it's like you don't really understand who the character is, right? Who is Revan? What should he be as? I thought it was amusing that they didn't know how to do a version of Jedi Revan. They couldn't really figure it out and stuff, and they had to go back and they said all this stuff about it, right? Well, there's a reason for that. The part that was Jedi Revan, Jedi up to the point that he chose the name Revan when fought in the Mandalorian Wars, and we all know what he did there. I mean, he's wiping out 10,000 people at a time as a Jedi. That's where he started to fall. If it turns out that this version of Revan, who people are already dissatisfied with already, can kick the crap out of Traya behind a paywall that people have to go through the Sith Ray to do, then you got double whammy where people are going to be doubly pissed. And then you top on that, if you can't even get the character Mobile Gamer, I throw my hands up in the air like, really?
I think it's the other way though, Ranger.
Go for it.
The way that they've set up this event is basically, to Warrior was just saying, like 95% of the community is not going to get it. That remaining 5% is all the heavy spenders. And again, I don't know why people are angry with Warrior for spending money. There's nothing. Yeah. If you want to spend money, that's fine.
Yeah.
But the people that they've kind of catered this timing towards are the people that are spending money on this game kind of more frequently than not, right? It's not really the minnows, it's not really the goldfish. You might get some dolphins depending on how much they save, but it's mainly kind of the whales and the krakens that are getting Revan. If his kit is awful and people had to spend money in order to get him, I think that's what's going to be worse. If he has a crappy kit, what did the people that you tried to get money, get them to spend money on, what are they spending it on? Versus if it's a really good kit, then at least the people that spent money have an idea about what they bought. They spent money and they got something reasonable out of it. Everybody else is missing out. They're already upset based on the time frame, and so they're just going to get more upset. But I think that if his kit is worse, like if his kit is just bad, like he's Grievous bad, I think that's going to end up just harming the game more, because CG is not going to know what to do with it, because now they've angered every single segment of the population with what they did.
As I said, I think they have their head up their fucking ass. So I can't put it any more politely. I've been dropping F-bombs all night, so I apologize to all the people that don't like F-bombs, but I did put a disclaimer out before we started. So.
He really did. He did it twice.
I think you have to put it in perspective, though. Like, even if he is the most OP thing that we've seen, and could they really do that to us, given that, only the top 50 to 100 guilds are chock-a-block full of Treyas now? That's crazy. I don't think so. And then, he is behind a pretty big paywall if you aren't that one crazy free-to-play player that I've found who's been able to, get ready for this. So your shard's not going to be infiltrated with this dude, like it's not, like look at your shard now, look at the whales. I know who the whales on my shard are. I've got 2 who I'm certain are going to get it. And, if he's that bad, I'll just ask him to take off their mods, I mean, it's not like you're going to be one of 1,000 who don't get it. It's going to be like one of 1,000 who do. And so, yes, we want this tune. Yes, it's nice to have everything, but I stand by my thing. It's like if this is a way to retain, I hate that word, elder players, but then fine, keep the game going. I'm fine with that.
So we're all elder players here, so maybe
not me.
He's only 21.
Yeah. But I mean, Warrior, Mobile, your thoughts. Like Mobile, the paywall is real. So, not being able to get Revan, what are your thoughts, bro? Are they still there?
I see Warrior there.
I see Warrior there.
I was trying to unmute. I apologize. We're having fun. He's on a call. So.
Oh, okay.
But no, I stand by my thing. My video today was just nothing but professional. I'm not going to go out and just do an unnecessary CG bash. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve anything. It's not going to change anything, and it's just going to further damage my relationship with an already stressed relationship with a company.
That's what you have me for.
I like to have amicable relationships with everybody until I decide to no longer have amicable relationships. So, I don't necessarily state I always agree with things. Of course I don't, but I always try to maintain my professional demeanor. But I do wish there were some concessions that were made. I feel like there are a number of elder players, if you want to call them that should have a better shot at it. I think if Mobile Gamer was given 3 weeks and some double drops, he'd probably barely by the skin of his teeth make it, and he'd probably be happy about it, and he'd probably have to spend anywhere from $75 to $250 to do it still, and even then he'd get it and stuff. But he's got that capability, but it's not even it's kind of almost not going to happen. So it's just I wish there was a slightly bigger window that was being allowed in this first time. I'm not about everybody getting the character either. I'm not about this mentality that everybody is running around on Reddit and stuff where they're saying that it's stupid, everybody deserves them. It's just not like that.
No, I disagree with that too.
I think the window is so hyper small that it should have been opened up a little wider than it was. But it's a decision they've made. It's a business decision, and dude, this is a game. It's just a game. And while I can be frustrated and I can share my distaste and my frustrations, it's a business. I make videos. When the videos cease to make money, I will cease to make videos. I love the community and I care about the community. So we have lots of discussions. We had a heated discussion, I guess is the best word to describe it, for 2 days. There's a lot of feedback that's going up, and they're listening as in they're hearing what we have to say. I can almost guarantee not much of this feedback will be implemented, but I can say in the past other feedback has been implemented, and they obviously hold the rights to decide when they choose to create improvements or not based on our feedback. A perfect example is IG-2000. IG-2000 came out just not well, and my video said he was not good, and they actually messaged me, and it really appreciated the conversation that I had with them privately, and said, we really appreciate your professionalism and coming to us and telling us what you felt like this ship needed more of, and we are going to take your feedback. In fact, he called it out to all the other game changers. This is a model example of how you communicate with us. You tell us something you don't like, and if we have it within our means to fix, we will. And they did, and the ship got bumped drastically on damage, like doubled the damage. And I'm not trying to take any credit or anything, but that's just a model of how communication should work. In this situation, the business decision's been made, man. They're not going to change decision. And so it's going to cause backlash. And sure, I'm not happy with it because it's not my ultimate decision to be made. But at the same time, I also get frustrated with the whole martyrdom that everybody has to go on YouTube and, martyr me because I didn't come out, crying and screaming either. So that's why I hopped on. I figured I'd give my 2 cents. RSG's got a amazing loyal fan base, and these guys are all like level-headed fans. So figured I'd hop on for a few, but I'm going to hop off. I just wanted to chat with you, especially get your take. I know that this has got to be probably especially difficult for you since this was a character you've been talking about for over 2 years. So
I know. It is what it is, brother. I mean, I can, how you go about it, I go about it the different way because I don't have any communication with them.
You said that.
I mean, it's.
Have you ever seen Key and Peele, the angry the angry person translator?
Yeah.
You're my angry person translator. Dude.
Yeah, I told him.
I mean, you're gonna totally do that video.
We should do that.
And you'll translate for me. How's that?
Hell yeah! I'm here for you, brother.
I really would love to see you guys do that as a skit.
We have to do that skit. We're gonna do that skit.
Yeah,
Yep. You'll be my angry person translator. It'll be hilarious. But you guys have a good night.
All right, y'all.
Chat to all y'all later.
All right. Peace.
All right. See you, Warrior.
See ya. Bye.
And shame on anyone that actually did criticize
I never
Warrior
said,
for saying he's going to spend it. That's just silly.
That's ridiculous. Listen, guys. I may have problems with CG.
Who would fuss at him for spending money? It's
people do that.
Like, who does that?
And we just said that's on even all of our rantings and ravings and stuff that we were saying. It's like, no one did we go that line?
On the stream, Ranger was telling everyone to boycott, and Loki was saying he's going to buy the $6.99 crystal packs.
Right.
Like, we're not going to yell at anyone for doing it.
If
you want to make a statement, then that's the way to make a statement.
I just ask
you don't criticize somebody else.
Yeah, you don't get mad at people if they spend it. It's like it's one thing to go after the company, but not the people playing the game.
And what Warrior said too about he specifically said they've made the decision; they're not going back on it, and that's fine. It's your decision whether to invest money in their decision.
Right.
That's what we're saying. It's not that that they're going to change their mind all of a sudden, but they really should, to be honest. But they're not going to do it, and that's fine. You don't have to invest in it if you don't want to.
Yeah. And you can only make a statement the way I told you guys. Either you don't invest and you boycott and say, I'm not spending money towards this, or go in the app and voice your concern that way. You go to forums and Reddit, you have to be constructive because they just don't delete that stuff, right? So, if you pull a Ranger rant on there, they will delete that. Well, not Reddit, but the forums. I'm just warning you guys.
They might delete it on Reddit too. They're not as strict, but obviously if you start,
I think if you're being derogatory towards someone, they will. But this is our platform, and we're going to speak our mind. So
also, you know what? We're still in the Q&A segment. Let's get another question.
Oh God, yes. But it was very nice for Warrior and Mobile Gamer and them to pop in and offer their perspective. And I could tell Mobile that sucks, man. That really does suck. It's just like, Jesus Christ, you're Mobile too? God damn.
What? What did you
He's not going to be able to get Revan.
Mobile's not able to get Revan.
So, God damn. But this guy can't get him regularly. Craziness. All right, let's get some more questions.
Oh, shoot. I've lost my spot. Okay. Okay.
45.
Yep. No, 44, right? Are we skipping that one? Oh, 44.
We can do that. We just did. Okay, yeah, you can ask 44.
Did Nathaniel Morgan, did they rush Revan to get Grievous rework done in time so Arnold won't have to delete his channel? Also, should we skip Jedi Revan meta and start working on Seppi meta?
Next question.
We can't get off of these. Kazakaji, Ranger, when will we lay siege to CG Corp? Tonight we dine in hell.
This is where we stand. This is where they die. Arm these shields, boys.
Jump. That was my shield sound where I'm like slamming it in front of me.
Tips me right next to us in the middle, like,
I got it. I know how the Romans do.
She's like, how come I'm the only girl here? Wait, why are you all naked?
Wait a minute. I didn't know it was gonna be this kind of party.
Wait a minute, you're all in shape too. What's going on here? Wait a minute.
Kazakaji, we need a negotiator Mace Windu. I love all the Mace Windows.
I know, right?
Mace Windows. I'm going to write them all down, I think. Saying Kyrell, now that we are getting a Sith and Jedi meta, do you think that we will get the counter for them in the form of the Eternal Twins?
You know, that's funny.
You are getting so much troll.
I know.
Now.
You know, the sad thing is I played the Old Republic. I really like the Eternal Twins. I think they're great characters. They're actually some of my favorite characters. Just a well done story in the Old Republic. It just went too far with it. That being said, the reason I fire back is because you get asked a couple questions, you're like, okay, and then when you, after 100 times, you're like, stop. But it's kind of become a thing now, so it doesn't bother me.
I'm going to ask a question that I know I'm going to regret. But which do you think we would get better responses to in the chat? Different versions of Mace Windu for the game, or different versions of Porg movies?
Stop.
We did the pork thing already.
Don't do that. It
don't
created
do that.
chaos.
Did you see the post that I made on Twitter, Finn? With the Ewok movie?
No, I didn't see it.
So it was Canadian Thanksgiving, and thanks all you Americans for wishing me a happy Thanksgiving. I love teasing Americans about that. It's not as important in Canada as it is with you guys. But we were sitting around talking Star Wars, and my cousins pulled out the Ewok, like a CD of the Ewok movie. I was like, oh, and I posted on Twitter. Sorry, that was a pointless story.
Oh, not pointless. It's fine.
Wait, which one is it?
Which one? The first one or the second one?
The last one I saw was the one that you posted about the incorrect changes. Oh, there it is. Oh, this was like 3 days ago. So yeah, I totally missed it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ewok
it's the Ewok
Adventures. And we're going through the like little monkey character. Yeah. Indeed. Anyway, sorry.
All right, Ewok Adventure. Okay. Next question.
Has any of the kit been revealed? That was from John Moran. Not yet.
No,
I don't think any of the kit's been revealed. Caligula, can I get a shout out from Grande Patron? I am sorry.
Nope.
We didn't see this question until he was gone.
He let his dog crap on someone's lawn and he ran for it. So he is in hiding right now.
Darth Hideous, why Finn? Why?
I'm gonna take the blame.
I blame
for this.
Finn. I blame Finn.
Hashtag.
I know. I'm gonna get the blame for Jedi Revan.
Actually, I'm gonna blame this on Grande. To be honest, I'm gonna blame it on Grande tonight. Eric H, should I use my credit card points on Google Play cards?
No.
That's RSG recommendation. No. KP67. I don't know if this is a question.
No, it's not. It just pulled it in because of the word question. So
okay, never mind. Okay, 53. Nathaniel Morgan. I love drunk tits. That is all.
Who doesn't? Even though they're poisonous.
Some people don't. Trust me. Nathaniel Morgan, is tits just giving us a tip? Never just the tip, Nathaniel. Grim. See, now we know how much money doesn't tune into us. If she just now laughed at that, that is kind of
she's doing dailies or something.
I'm usually putting my child to bed, and then you're done. So it's a treat tonight. We're running late.
Well,
it's never just the tip. It's kind of a running.
Yeah.
It's joke. Let's see. That's my fantasy football name too, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Grim, question. EA managed to get their High Ground DLC into one of their games. CG did it.
God.
Revan is DLC now. Oh my God.
DLC. Jose Garcia, why is this a Wales only event? We went over all that.
Yeah, we already told you, yeah.
Listen, because they want the money.
The money is beautiful.
Hellenix. Question for T Money. Can you please tell the people at CG to pause with new stuff until they fix the items Finn listed?
Well, I mean, honestly, that's a good point.
Do you get like so many DMs now about that? Can you please tell CG?
I love ratting out bugs. It's like my favorite thing to do. Like when people are like,
"Listen here, say,
there's a thing.
We got a bug. Say, nah."
I'm like, ooh, send me screenshots. What happened exactly? That's probably the only thing that's changed since I became a game changer. That and like, you know, I get the content, you know, a little early. That's nice, but like, yeah, I rat things out.
I can totally see you coming up in a board meeting and like tapping on someone's shoulder going, I don't know if you're aware of this, but just throwing it out there. This is a bug and I found it.
Like feel good tattling. Like, you know, pat. Good for you.
Tap.
Bring me things.
It's never just a tap.
Blackbeard Premium.
I hope you didn't
Chance of Solo Legendary now that KOTOR and Bounty Hunter is gone or got none this year. Okay. I don't know what that means. Chance of Solo Legendary now that KOTOR and Bounty Hunters got none this year.
It's got one. The N is supposed to be a space.
Oh.
What are the
it's
chances
probably with the he's probably
legendary?
typing mobile.
Oh, if the legend solos will get a legendary.
Yep.
So he's asking.
I'm still gonna guess. It's gonna just all of this is a major mind thing to try and throw you off. And in November, there's gonna be a mall downfall. So get your KOTOR or get your solo ready. Everyone's working on KOTOR, and then all of a sudden they're gonna throw solo at you.
Hey, we got a super chat from Vigilant Sentinel, $5. Rather give this to you than EA.
Hell yeah.
Aww.
We also got another one. Did you read Joyson's from before?
Oh no, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
Yes, there's one from Joyson at the top. He gave 5 PEN, which I'm not sure what currency that is. But then wrote do it again, Ranger, when we were talking about him ranting again. And give me this money back to Revan to get Revan.
God.
I'm proud of Ranger. He kept it in check while the other game changers were on. T's kind of part of the family, so we don't really keep anything in check with her. But he was trying to be respectful and not yell. I was proud of you.
We're past the yelling.
I've yelled at you plenty, Ranger.
Yeah, she's yelled enough mother offers on me to.
I know her birthday stream.
That alone will live in infamy.
But aren't you glad now that Ranger made you research Revan, T?
Yes, I am.
Well, it's just
so now you can be angry with us.
Know your audience. My audience when I'm ranting is at CG. When I'm talking to other folks, it's a little different. You know, so it depends on who I'm with. Let's finish up these questions.
That was it. That was the last question.
Oh, shit.
Thank goodness. I got work in the morning.
Hello?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi, T-Money.
Hi.
How are you?
We do have some more questions that came in afterwards. But it's
sorry. Everything's better to cut off. Sorry.
It's almost midnight. I think we should stop.
Yeah, we're just going to stop. So, all right, let's do some shout-outs here. Some people we got to shout out for our Patreons. Thank you for these folks. These are our gold Patreons. We really appreciate your support and keeping the channel going. Remember, anything we get from YouTube and the Patreon goes right back to the stream, new equipment, new everything. We keep constantly focusing on upgrading our internet, doing all that stuff to make the stream better for you guys. So, and these guys have supported us through that. And shout out to everybody, but one is special shout out to these guys for being gold Patreons. We really appreciate it. And then we'll go to our ending. So, big kudos to everybody who was on tonight. We shared our thoughts. I let CG know how I felt, and I'm going to keep doing it. And so if you like, we stream a ton, guys. We're going to be doing more streams of other stuff. I'm going to do Battlefront tomorrow. We still do our lunch stream. If you still want a roster review, come on there. We'll get you squared away. We love helping the community out. This is what we live for. So if you would like a roster review, just send your GG page to Dr. Finn. And he will get you squared away. And speaking of a great community, you should join our Discord, guys. We have thousands of people in there. It's a great group of folks, and they know the games. They like to have fun. It's really a fun place to socialize, meet other great people that love Star Wars in this game and other things. So please check that out. If you haven't already, give us a thumbs up on the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Why haven't you subscribed? Obviously, you love the content. You're here. We stream live a lot. We do a lot of fun games and things. We do D&D. We do Battlefront, Borderlands 2. I mean, we're going to be doing Magic the Gathering. We can ever get our shit together eventually, you know. Eventually that'll happen. And then Saturdays we have. Wednesdays we do this show, and then Saturday we do Jedi Academy, and we're very honored to have a lot of the game changers like T Money, good old Maurice, Warrior. Joining us. It's a straight Q&A show from 10 a.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Eastern, where you can go in and ask any question you want about Galaxy of Heroes, and they'll be there to give you their expert advice about the game. So if you really want to learn a lot about the game and stuff like that, it's a great show to check out. Then Sundays we do D&D, and so we got a lot going on, and we really appreciate everybody's support. Whether you agree with us or not, it doesn't matter. We're here to we're here to talk about that shit, get shit done, have fun doing it, and we really appreciate all our fans. The reason we're so passionate is because of you guys. We do this shit for you guys, right? You guys are what matter. That's all I got to say. Thank Hyrule. Miss Venom.
You didn't kill anyone.
Thank Hyrule, $2. Miss Venom, please don't be mad at me for today, Rose.
I wouldn't. We DM all the time, and he's a good friend. He knows his troll is his troll. It's just part of who he is, and I love him just the same. Same with Nathaniel Miller, Morgan, all of them. I love them. Yeah, they're all great. Yeah, I know.
They're just trolling, and it's fun.
Yeah, all in good fun and good spirit.
Yeah,
it's all fine.
Yeah, it's all good. We have fun with each other. We don't take any of that shit seriously. It's really not. All right. So thank you guys for stopping by. We'll keep doing this. You guys keep supporting us. We'll keep rock and rolling. Check out our GoFundMe. Finn, I'll let you talk about that one, and then we'll close it up.
Sure. So in April of 2019, so this upcoming year, we're planning on doing a half marathon in Orlando for the Run Disney Star Wars Rival weekend, where we'll be running a half marathon. And the main thing we need to do right now as we start to prepare for that is getting funds in order to go there. Once we secure the funds, we will be doing fundraising for the American Cancer Society, which is our charity of choice that we're raising money for this coming year. So this past year we did $10,000 for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. In 2019 it's going to be the American Cancer Society. But we're trying to raise money in order to get to Orlando first. So in the description of the YouTube video, you'll see a link to the GoFundMe page, and you can donate and help us get there. Once we get to our goal, then we will then begin fundraising for the American Cancer Society. And on October 20th, so not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, we're actually going to do a live stream for a long period of time, probably about 12 hours on the 20th, and we'll do some games, we'll have some giveaways, and it's going to basically be in order to raise some money again for the GoFundMe. Some of the things in there, if you go into the description of the GoFundMe, you can see the different things you can kind of purchase, and so you can get exclusive pictures if you donate to the GoFundMe, and you can only do so while the GoFundMe is open. So as soon as we reach the target, we'll be closing that off. You can get some mod reviews. I've been doing mod reviews for people, and I have a few more that I need to do, and I've been trying to schedule it with people, where I'll go through and help you mod 5 of your characters for every $25. So if you want to donate that, I can help you with that as well. And go through, we'll also have the tickets being sold for the McVenom roster review later this month as well. So with that, this is RSG. We hope you guys enjoyed this, having all the different opinions about stuff going on in the community. That's what we like to try to do. Please make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time.